Good afternoon and welcome back to the West Ham Network. Are you joining? I'm not sure if you were joining in the background. Just let me know. Yep, there is 3 of us in the house this evening, or this afternoon, I should say. It's Watford, West Ham, and the team lineup is in, as you can see, going along the bottom. Fabianski is in goal. Sofal, Dawson, Diop, and Johnson in defence. Noble is recalled into the team in place of Declan Rice alongside Souček. Bowen, Lanzini, Benrahma, and Antonio. Still and Matt, what do you think of that?
Well, we knew Noble was going to be called back in, and that, with the greatest of respect to him, that's really, really, really disappointing. And I really genuinely wanted to see Areola start today because, with the greatest of respect to Fabianski, doesn't come off his line. And even though those 2 goals were kind of half decent against, apart from the penalty, Southampton, I think a more agile keeper may have got to at least one of them. So the only consolation is I'm glad that Masuaku has been finally dropped from the lineup.
Matt, what do you think?
You kind of get to the point where you say, why did we bother bringing Crow in? Like,
yeah,
what's the point?
Yeah.
If Moyes had no interest in playing him, why bring him in? This would have been a perfect game to give him a go. You know, we spoke about it last night, and I said as well, I said Noble will play purely because Moyes probably look at that team and go, well, if Noble doesn't play, who's the captain?
Yeah.
That's literally the reason Noble's playing. Because he doesn't want to give the captaincy to, like, I don't know, Lanzini or a Dawson or something. He's gone, oh, I have to play Noble.
Is Noble done? Is he done? I mean, we know he's done as his full career at West Ham in terms of this is his last season. But is he? Are we actually turning around and saying that he can't give us an odd game before he
no,
does
he can't.
His time at West Ham?
He can give us half. He can give us half an hour. He can't give us a whole game. We know this. We know this. This is no secret. This is not having a go. Noble. It is what it is. He cannot give us a 90-minute game. There's no 2 other ways about it.
Absolutely. Harsh Vlasic still?
Yeah. I don't know what you guys thought, but I thought he was our best player in the first half against Southampton.
I agree. I think you're not the only one.
Yeah.
Yep. What do you think his mindset is behind that then? That decision?
I don't know I don't know is the honest truth. I don't know what he didn't see in Vlasic that everybody else saw, because apparently we were better when he wasn't on the pitch, and players were getting closer to Bowen up front when he wasn't on the pitch. And I'm thinking he was the only one that was creating any bloody chances for us. And had he stayed on, all right. There was an immediate effect. You can't deny that. As soon as we came out in the second half with Antonio on, it felt very different. But there's no saying that it wouldn't have been. We would have got the same outcome with Vlasic on the pitch. I think it would have been just as good. So I don't know what his thinking is behind that. To be honest with you, I don't.
For anyone that's just joining us, this is our starting 11 for today. with Antonio coming back into the starting lineup, does that give us an option to? And I know you were particularly talking about it, still giving Bowen an opportunity to play up front. But when he did switch to the right, he did look equally as kind of the danger man that he has been most of the season in the last couple of years. Is that a positive for West Ham today?
I'll tell you what was a positive is to see Antonio come on. I kind of suggested a week or so ago that it might not be a bad idea for Antonio to be dropped so he can see what's going on the pitch and then come on and make an impact. And he did just that against Southampton. But in all honesty, he kind of fell away again after he scored his goal. Bowen, you know what you can get. You know what you're getting from Bowen. You're getting consistency, 9 times out of 10 from him. Antonio, I really want to see Antonio bully Watford for the whole 90 minutes today, rather than just, the sort of the bits that he does. And that's what I want to see in Antonio. I want to see him actually perform for a whole 90 minutes rather than, sort of being in and out of the game, if that makes sense. And I also want to see him hold on to the ball. I want to see when it goes to him, because we know what we're going to do, don't we? We know that Dawson is going to pump it up to Antonio. Antonio's going to hold it up and wait for the players like Bowen to run in behind him. So what I want to see from Antonio is I want to see the man holding on to the bloody ball, so that the players can run in behind him. Positive? It's only positive if he plays well, mate. I'm sorry.
Well,
I don't want to sound negative. I really don't. But I'm like...
One thing, I mean, another player we want to talk about is Lanzini. For me, I think he's kind of coming back into his prime again. He's looking really good. He's dropping his shoulder. He's got the vision. He's being creative. I do like, as much as I've been disappointed with Benrahma, I do think Benrahma and Lanzini like to play together. And I think that what that offers is another outlet for Benrahma. I've been disappointed more with Benrahma's final third than I have with everything else. I think he does things well, but when he gets into the final third, it goes haywire, or it's a crap shot, or it goes into to Rose Ed, etc. But is it good, or is Lanzini a 45-minute impact sub rather than a starter for the 90 minutes? Matt, what do you think?
It depends on the game. It depends on who we're playing. If we go to Watford today and Watford sit back and let us have the ball, then you want Lanzini on the pitch from the start. If you're playing a game like we played against Southampton when it was wide open end to end, then he probably wouldn't last 90 minutes. So bringing him on at half time worked out rather well. That being said, it's the way the game went for Southampton. If he'd have been on the pitch from the start, we might have won the game quite comfortably. We certainly played and tackle-wise a lot better when Lanzini came on the pitch. We got a hold of the ball more. He started spraying the ball about, which no one was doing. So Moyes is probably caught in two minds. I thought he was probably right to start him. I know Antonio scored a goal, but I thought out of the subs he had the best impact. Certainly over the entire period of time he was on. But I don't know.
What do you think, still?
Game will only tell, wouldn't it? Was he right to start him or not?
I like Lanzini. I think he's getting better. Would he be more impactful from the bench? I think Benrahma probably would have been more impactful from the bench today, because what happened with Benrahma is he scored, so all of a sudden he's flavour of the moment again. Benrahma didn't necessarily have a good game against Southampton, to be honest with you. I think he was all right, and he was in the right place picking up the ball from Bowen to score a goal. I like Lanzini. I think you might actually see a 4-3-3 today with Lanzini playing alongside Noble and Souček. So I get why he would start and maybe start in that position. And then you'll see Benrahma, Bowen and Antonio as a 3 up front. I don't know. But,
it does seem to give us an option, though, when you've got the likes of Lanzini and the likes of Benrahma, Bowen on the park, because you will see them kind of...
sorry.
That's fine. Go for it.
Well, I mean, it says it all, doesn't it? Noble's pace will scare the life out of Watford, and, what can we say about that? Go on, mate, sorry.
No, just saying, it gives West Ham options, and I think, this is a big game for West Ham and the players today to try and, bounce back from what's not been a fantastic couple of weeks. But you could fall into the social media world of utter panic stations, or you could be you can relate it back to the situation that we're in. You know, we're 6th in the league. We're through to the final 16 in the Europa League. Yes, we do have a thin squad, but we're still progressing under this current situation. And yes, there are games that are winnable, and we need to be getting points on the board. Go for it.
I like the comment that you sent me. Can I read it out? The other day when you sent it on to us on WhatsApp. So let me read it, because I think it made, it was bang on. Anton, you said it's a post that I've seen on Facebook. What a crazy bunch of fans we have. I've seen and heard sack Moyes, get rid of Antonio, we're clueless and GSB out. For Christ's sake, since beating Liverpool, we have lost to Wolves, where we were poor. We've beaten Rapid Vienna, lost to Man City in a tight game, drew 1-1 with Brighton, beat Chelsea, lost to Zagreb with the youth, and drew 0-0 with Burnley. Lost 2-0 to Arsenal away, lost 2-1 to Tottenham in the League Cup, and now we're lost to Southampton. Number one, Brighton should have been a win. Bad VAR cost us going 2-0 up. True. Number two, Burnley should have been a win. Bad VAR cost us a penalty. True. Number three, Arsenal, bad VAR cost us a penalty when we were getting a foothold. Absolutely true. Number four, the aftermath of sending off left us short on performance on the whole. On the whole, we were decent. Harry Kane shouldn't have been playing. He should have been banned from that challenge he made in his previous game. Today, we were not great, which was the Southampton game. However, that is never a penalty, in my opinion. It's not clear and obvious and should not have been referred. We are currently without 3 of our back 4. We are short on options up front. We are novices to the stress and strain of inflicted by European football. We're going through a soft takeover. We're invested more acutely than before. We've reduced the debt significantly. We're looking to the future. We have a European adventure ahead of us. We currently have the hottest player in English football. We have plans to improve the training facilities. We're exciting to watch, and we have a squad of players who want to play for the club. Then, as fans, we turn our home games toxic with moaning. We plan protests and post hate media. We troll and criticize everyone at the club. Then we expect everything to improve after all that. Yes, the form is patchy, but change them, those VAR decisions, and we could have had another 5 points and been in a cup semi-final now. There is a time to criticize and analyze, but that's in the close season. For now, we unite behind Hammers and be the 12th man again. One thing's for sure, if you want any chance of Rice staying, he will only ever contemplate that if we're united and positive. Let's give him a bloody chance, as this atmosphere will decrease confidence, morale and camaraderie for sure. It's good. A lot of good points there, because look, we know we haven't been playing well this month. We know that, but for a couple of really, really, really bad decisions against us, and I'm not blaming, and I don't think whoever wrote this thing is blaming VAR only, because we know we played poorly, but other teams would have benefited from VAR decisions, and we could have been 5 points better off and in the semi-final of the League Cup now. So you've got to put everything in perspective, and everyone moaning and complaining, it would be great to get into the top 4. I still maintain, I think I'm hoping we'll finish top 5. That's what I said at the beginning of the season. But I know that'll be difficult as well. But he's absolutely right. Whoever wrote this, this thing on Facebook, stop the moaning, stop the criticism, stop the antagonism, stop the trolling, because that makes everything even worse. It makes things feel 100 times worse than it really is. Sorry, that was a long...
No, it's fine. It's fine, because when I seen that post, I put it in there and I thought it is a good post because it does give a bit of perspective. And I think what he was saying was, there wasn't a good decision for us at Arsenal. I still don't think we would have won that game if the decision had gone right with us at Arsenal. I think that was the one game that I could have probably put to bed and think we would have been defeated in, because they were a team of possessed animals in that game. And I think any team on their day probably would have struggled. And as you can see from the way Arsenal have been playing, albeit they have been playing a lot of teams that have got a lot of depleted squads, but they are playing on form and are looking well. But when you look at the decisions that were made, and I brought it up last night, and this is the image.
Look at that.
This was given as a penalty. This was given as a penalty.
Look at that.
You can see there's 2 players there that are completely not able to stand. Now, this is a pivotal moment in a football match. Not just blaming VAR, but it's pivotal. West Ham have equalised and are on momentum. and then you go ahead and get a bad decision like that, and that just absolutely destroys momentum, and that's what you saw in the game, which is ridiculous. I don't want to sound like that person that is doing it. It happens
I don't
to all
either,
teams.
but, you know.
It happens
Like
to
I
all
said
teams.
last night, we'd actually benefit at the moment from not having VAR. Because, all right, we may not have got the penalty at Brighton, but we would have got the goal again. We wouldn't have got the penalty at Burnley,
Yeah.
but we'd have had the goal against Brighton, and we'd have won that game. And they wouldn't have had the penalty at Southampton.
Yeah.
You know, the whole point of VAR was that we used to say, and everyone used to say, apart from the big sticks who got every single decision, the rest of the league, on the whole over a season, your decisions will balance out. They won't always be right, but you get decisions against you that you feel aggrieved by, but then you get decisions for you that you're like, oh, we got away with one there. And VAR was supposed to come in and just be like, no, we're now going to get everything right. We're going to get rid of the bad decisions. You're going to get all the right ones. Not at the moment.
It's got worse.
We'd actually be better off without VAR because on the balance of play, we'd still have more points than we got right now.
Yeah.
Neil from down
Did you
under makes a
notice-
valid point there about Fornals. Actually, I'm going to bring the bench up there for everyone, so he could be. And I mean, like I said in the preview last night, there was no mention of any names, and most clubs now are not mentioning names of players that aren't making the squad. So it's becoming literally the hardest thing to do is predict the starting lineup. And I think we seem to be getting let off lightly just now as it stands. But there's no Fornals on the bench, but there is the bench for everyone to see. Areola, Ashby, Fredericks, Masuaku, Alessi, Kroll, Vlasic, Okoflex, and Yarmolenko.
And Mandy makes a perfect point. Masuaku shouldn't even be on the.
I'd rather have Longelo on the bench.
I'd rather have Longelo. Why play him and find out what he's like in order to just ignore him? You know, it's just odd. It's just
well, we've not spoken about the
and talking of Arsenal, who's doing it for them? All the young men, all the youngsters. Yeah. They've come into the team and they've made that team click. You know, and I'm not saying
what's the is it Emil Smith Rowe? He's not
Emil
even
Smith
starting.
Rowe,
He doesn't
Saka,
even start. But no, but hold on.
Martinelli.
Smith Rowe doesn't
start. Yeah,
he comes off the bench and he's got like 9 goals or 8 goals this season or something like that.
It's just madness. So you know, we keep hearing about. Excuse me. We keep hearing about Moyes saying that you know he wants to bring the youngsters through. Give them an effing chance, then, mate. You know, take that risk. Put Longelo on the bench. I'm glad Okoflex is on the bench. I really hope that when we start to make substitutions in the latter half of this game,
he gets
and we
some
get
time.
something,
In 15 minutes,
rather than Yarmolenko.
2 minutes. But don't bring him on in like the 90th minute. Right? When you're making subs 15 minutes to go, give him a chance. Exactly. I'd rather see him than Yarmolenko.
Yeah,
we are going to come back on to West Ham, but we haven't even spoke about the opposition. Matt, dissect the Watford team for us, please, mate.
Let me have a look. I'll get my phone as well.
So Dennis has made the game. Dennis has got, I think, 8 Premier League goals and 7 Premier League goals and 5 assists this season for Watford.
So it's like a 4-5-1. For what I can see, look, I'm assuming it will be Josh King up front.
King's not made the team.
I'm assuming. Back 4. Interesting though that
he has made the team. Look at the way they've done that. Sorry, that's confused me the way they've lined that up. Sorry, yeah.
I don't know what. It's in number order.
It's in number.
It's in number order. That's why.
Yeah.
So, interestingly enough, we spoke about Ngakia last night, and he's not in the team at all.
Yeah.
Not on the bench. I do see a little Ashley Fletcher sitting on the bench for Watford. But that is essentially like yes.
Oh, yeah,
that is essentially a 4-5-1. Number 2 goalkeeper's come in for Ben Foster, who's injured. He's been in for about a couple of weeks. I think Ben Foster got injured in November at some point. Firmino and Messina as the fullbacks. Cathcart and Steriata, number 31, the centre backs.
Yep.
Kuka, Sissoko, and Tufan would be a midfield 3-ish. And
how do you find that lineup though? I mean, is there? I mean, there is going to be problems. Dennis and King. I think between them they've got.
That is it though. You know what? I don't want to be The Hernandez is all right. He'll be on the wing. You'll have Hernandez and Dennis on the wings. They could match up to us in sort of like you said, like maybe like a 4-3-3 with 3 midfielders and 2 wingers each side of the centre forward.
Yeah.
For me though, it's just Dennis is all I see there. It screams out at me.
Yeah.
Can we just talk about an exclusive? Because we've got a couple of transfer exclusives, haven't we, Anton?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Have we?
Anton is misguiding poor young Jake. And Russ apparently is lined up to sign for West Ham as well. There you go. I didn't have one for you, Matt, but I could. There you go. There
is actually more breaking news. Pablo Fornals has actually tested positive for COVID-19. He will miss today's game. He will miss the clash at Crystal Palace, but he will be back for the FA Cup game versus Leeds. So Pablo Fornals is out of today's game and the next game due to a positive COVID test. So there you go for anyone that wanted to know where he was. I mean, still, Watford haven't played for 18 days now. 18 days since the last game. Does that work in their favour or not?
Well, it could do, couldn't it? Because we saw how it worked in Spurs' favour, having not played for 3 games. Then they came out storming against Liverpool and they beat us in the cup. So yeah, it could do. But others might say they won't be match fit. You know,
well, we could talk about this last night, and the thing with Tottenham was they said they had the Liverpool game, but they had about 5 days training before the Liverpool game.
Right.
Whereas Ranieri admitted yesterday they've trained once. They've had 1 training session in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So are they going to be fit, but are they going to be disjointed? Because we've seen in pre-season what pre-season games are like, where you're not snappy, the passes are lacked and
yeah. And it depends. It depends on you know, they could be sloppy today, you know, because they may not be that match fit, but at the same time they'll have more energy than us, you know. So it's a difficult one to gauge, really. And I think I suggested that some teams, I don't, you know, I'm not suggesting some teams have cheated the system, but some teams have benefited from the COVID situation.
For now, but then later in the season, they're going to have to cram all these fixtures in. So
they are.
In some ways, it might be worth playing them now, because at least, you know, you don't want to get to the last month of the season and you're playing 3 games a week for a month, because, you know, I mean, that's potentially what Tottenham are looking at the moment. At some point, they're going to have to play 3 games a month for a month.
Yep. Listen, lads, I'm going to nip away, but I need to go and get my new setup because I'm watching it round at my dad's, so I'll be back on in about 15 minutes.
Oh, look.
Okay. So, I mean, a few things. People have said that it's good to have Johnson back. Do you understand, and I don't want this to be a Masuaku bashing, but I know it's going to turn into one. Do you understand why Masuaku played against Southampton or played the whole game against Southampton on the other day?
First of all, I assume that Johnson obviously wasn't entirely fit.
Right.
Because he's just come back from a calf injury. So he's probably thinking, I don't want to play him 3 games in a week, so I'm probably going to have to pick and choose when I play him. Obviously, he played the Tottenham game, so he's probably thinking, all right, Southampton game, I won't play him, because that's twice in a couple of days, then have that game off. And also, the way Southampton have been playing this season and where they were or are in the league, Moyes probably looked at a game before kickoff and went, you know what, we're probably going to have most of the possession, we're going to do most of the attacking.
Yeah.
Bit like the Burnley game, in which case, Masuaku is fine to play. And you know what, in fairness, I did say this last night, defensively, he didn't have a bad game.
Oh, Matt.
In a very, very, 1 in 100 appearance, defensively, Masuaku did what he was required to do. However, we both sit here and people will always say, defensively, Masuaku's awful, but he's good going forward. And some people question that. And I would say, the Southampton game, he offered absolutely nothing. Right. The one thing you say is defensively, he didn't make many mistakes. He just cleared the ball, made some passes. A lot of his passing went straight out on the touchline, didn't get it down the pitch. But you know what? The goals didn't come from him. So Masuaku, that's like for him, that's like a frigging A star. He's like, yes, the ball didn't get past me to go in there. So, but on his left foot, he offered absolutely nothing. The last 20 minutes we were pushing on to score. That's where Moyes would want him. Getting to the byline and putting balls in. And it was like every single time the ball went out to him, he just passed it backwards again. You think you're the only guy on the pitch with a left foot. It would have even been worth when he put Yarmolenko on, chucking Yarmolenko on that side. Because he's only got a left foot. So if your plan is to just put balls down the left-hand side to cross in, but I wouldn't start him today because, like I said, I think Southampton, he thought we're going to have most of the possession, do most of the attacking. So he probably won't get tested much defensively, so he can just do all his attacking, which he's supposed to be good at. Today, he's up against Emmanuel Dennis, and he would have been ripped apart. Now, Johnson may not offer you as much going forward, especially on the left-hand side.
But he's tighter defensively.
But he's solid defensively.
Yeah.
So it's almost worth saying, you know what? It's a game of 10 outfield players versus 10 outfield players. I will happily sacrifice one of my potential attacking outlets to nullify their best attacking outlet. And that's what Moyes has done today, because you couldn't have put Masuaku against him.
When
yes,
it comes
Masuaku
to...
might be a bit quicker, but the pace is irrelevant when Dennis is gone.
Yeah, absolutely. When it comes to offering us something on the bench, I mean, we have now realised just how short we are on the bench, haven't we? I mean, you look at that bench, and does that worry you as to how much?
You know what? The funny thing is, there's still options there.
Go on.
So, like, unless he gives you centre back cover.
Yeah.
Ashby gives you right back. Fredericks and Masuaku give you left back, right back, and left and right mid. We've seen them play both further forward when we're chasing games because they offer just ridiculous pace. So, you know, if we're chasing a game and Bowen's knackered or Lanzini's knackered 10 minutes to go and you want pace on that right hand side, Fredericks. If he wants to go for the conservative option, or if we're winning 2-0 with 10 minutes to go and he wants to shut up shop down that right hand side, you've got Fredericks. Crowell gives you the option, which probably would, I'm assuming, might get used. Because, like you said, Noble just, for me, doesn't last 90 minutes anymore. However, having said that, I think maybe the ploy is playing for 60 minutes, 70 minutes, get ourselves into a winning position, and then you can bring Crowell on for him.
Do you think Noble is going to play the whole 90 minutes?
I worry that I'm going to say yes.
I'm worried.
And I say this because I don't think I would, and this also, I don't want to say that I don't think he can last 90 minutes because we have seen it this season. However, when he does last 90 minutes, you don't get the best out of him for 90 minutes. Yeah. Like, Noble will play conservatively to last 90 minutes. I would rather see Noble play a proper Noble game, get to the 63rd minute and go, I'm knackered, sub me off. Because it's not like 2 years ago, before Soucek come in, and it was literally him and Noble and Rice had to play 90 minutes for 50 games or 46 games a season or whatever. You know, they haven't got to play every single minute in every league and cup game because we've got no one else. You know, Soucek's in today, he's coming in for Rice, but even then, like I said, what was the point of bringing Crowell in?
Well, this is a question I was going to ask you next. What you know, we're beginning to wonder what was going on in the summer because hardly any of the players that have been bought in the summer have played. And what does this say about Crowell's future?
It depends on the player. Because, I mean, I was watching Ben Foster's podcast the other day, and he had Aaron Ramsdale on. And he was speaking about his move to Arsenal. And he said, when they were talking to him, he said they got told, we don't have a first or second choice goalkeeper. You're not guaranteed anything. It might take you 18 months to get in the team. It might take 6 months. However, it said it only took him 3 weeks. So it depends on the mentality and the discussions that took place.
But do you
they
think
might have said to Crowell, come in as a fourth choice this season, because it's Noble's last season, and sentimental value of Noble will be in front of you. However, end of the season, Noble's gone.
But in games like this, you said it at the start of the show, isn't this the ideal opportunity to see what Crowell's made of?
Oh, personally, yeah. But as I said, it depends on the discussions that were had. I said he might have said to Crowell, look, come in this year. This year you're fourth choice centre mid. However, Noble will be gone at the end of the season, and then your first rotation option and your first backup option. And we're playing 50 games a season, so you'll get 20 odd games starts anyway, like guaranteed. You're going to play probably 30 games, 2/3 starts, half subs. He might be like, yeah, that's good. Because don't forget where he's coming from. For the money, you might think it's worth it.
Yeah. Does the same apply to this man? I think it's time that he started playing in the Premier League.
Depends on what you believe.
Go on.
It depends if Sullivan's managed to get around David Moyes' ear and mention the fact that Johnson's available in 6 months. Because I have no doubt that in either Crowell or Areola, much like Dawson last season, if they play, what was it, like 14 games he had to play last season?
Areola has played 8 already. Now, if you add in all the, there'll be another cup game, FA Cup game coming up. He'll play in that.
Say 2 at least.
Well, 3, because there'll be the 2-legged game in the knockouts for Europa, and then there'll be the FA Cup. So that'll be at least.
That's at least 3 games.
Yeah, which would
take. That means he'll have played 11 games. So potentially he's got 3 more games to play if they want to buy him.
Do you?
Now, personally, I don't see why they wouldn't want to buy him.
Well, I don't see why. Even if Johnson comes in on a free, wouldn't you want Johnston and Areola as your 2 first choice keepers?
Yeah.
Without talking about, with the greatest of respect, without talking about extending Fabianski's career by another year. I said at the beginning of the year, sometimes a player might stay a season too long. And what worries me with Fabianski is he's been fantastic in quite a lot of games this season, but there have been games, and I look at the Southampton game where he's been rooted to his goal line, and it worries me that he's just not agile enough anymore. And maybe, just maybe, Areola would have been a lot more agile and potentially stopping one or both of those goals. I mean, especially the first goal, where it was a shot from outside the box, where a keeper, I know it went in the corner, but most keepers from a soft shot outside the box should have got to that. Am I being harsh? Against, the first goal against.
I don't know. I haven't seen the goals back. I thought the first goal looked, from where I was sitting up in the opposite, I thought it looked like a decent goal, to be honest. It looked like one of them ones where as soon as he hit it, I thought, looks in. But I need to see a replay to know how fast it was actually going. Perception of speed is different between a camera and live. So I might watch it on TV and be like, you know what, it wasn't actually that hard. He probably should have got it. I was more disappointed with the third goal because I think his positioning was all wrong.
His positioning was wrong, and also
I'm not being funny. I've not even seen the dive. I haven't seen the dive. Just actually his starting position. You look, who's taking that ball, and the position it's coming from. It's on the left-hand wing with a right footer. Mm-hmm. So the only position he's going to be aiming is to swing that in towards the back post. So it fades in towards the back post.
Yeah.
So straight away, he should be sacrificing a bit of the front post, because he could sacrifice 2 steps front post, because it would be a hard header to put in the near post, and it'd have to be an entirely change of angle.
I think,
and to change the angle that much for a near post one, you could see the flight of the ball.
Yeah, I think what was also disappointing though is both there was Souček and Diop, two very tall lads, both missed that ball. To allow, is it Bednarek or whoever has scored that goal, the opportunity to jump, Bednarek, and the opportunity to jump, and neither player like Souček or Diop, who were either side of him, to actually get anywhere near the flight of that ball was also disappointing. But I think you're right. I think
the thing is,
Fabianski position.
They stay defensively, don't they?
Sorry, mate.
They stay defensively. If you're not going to win the ball, just make sure you're close enough to the man, so when you jump together, he doesn't have a free header. Mm-hmm. It's a lot harder to put that ball in the bottom corner when you've got man-to-man contact and the guy's jumped in front of you than it is if you're both a couple of foot away and he's just got time to adjust his body and stick it in. I don't know. And again, didn't only have 3 shots on target that game, Southampton and scored all 3 goals. You know, it was one of them games, wasn't it? It was just. But I don't know. Fabianski, I would have liked to see Areola today, but it is what it is. Like, you know, Moyes has picked his team.
Sorry about that. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yeah.
Now I can't hear you. There we go. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, sort of.
Can.
Let me come in and out because it's delayed.
Oh, hang on a minute.
Yeah, it's on a delay though. Let me come in and out again.
Apologies for that. My brand new spanking headphones just went out for a second. Don't know what happened there, but I hope you can all hear me. I hope I'm not on a delay. Matt's coming back. Can you hear me now, or is it me?
Yeah, it's all good now. Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, my brand new headphones just went blank for a second. So there you go. So I missed everything you said about Fabianski.
Oh,
but don't worry.
Right. I don't know. I said I would personally play Areola today, but
it is what it is. I mean, let's look at the lineup. Anil, see, this is it. I don't know if I'm confident or not at the moment. And I know there's one player that we're clearly going to miss today. What do you think? How do you think we're going to do without this young lad?
oh, I'm not sure. we didn't do particularly great, did we? Last season when we missed him.
Well, actually, no, we did. We actually didn't do too badly.
There was a couple of games. Well, no, I mean, considering the fact we had a run of games where we probably should have won every single game.
Yeah, but
and we dropped some key points that probably was the difference between us getting Champions League and not. You know. Also, we handled the situation well enough, considering the fact I think we played about 4 different partners alongside Souček in that run, because everyone kept going into the position and getting injured.
Yeah.
It's, you know what? As I said, it's going to entirely depend on how Watford turn up.
Mm-hmm.
If the Watford that have played some of the games seen this season turn up, we should be quite comfortable. However, if the Watford turn up that played against like Everton, we could be in serious trouble. You know, I'm watching I've got Amazon behind me and they're showing the highlights of the game against Brentford. If they play like that, we should be okay. And this was their last game on the 10th of December. You know, and it's just sloppy play, no lack of marking. It's, you know what, we spoke about it last night on the preview, and Ant said about maybe playing Lanzini where Noble's playing.
Well, let's have a look at the lineup, because what we think the formation will be, because this is the team and these are the subs. I mean, I put it down as a 4-2-3-1, but it could be a 4-3-3, couldn't it?
I would put it down as a 4-2-3-1. That's how I would have it.
Right.
Only because I think Lanzini. Don't get me wrong. I think it will be those two sitting, Souček making late runs. I think you might quite often find Souček further up than Lanzini.
Well, this is another question I was going to ask, because there's been a lot of comment this season about Souček's game and how he's off the boil. And I made a suggestion some time ago that I thought the reason why his game was off the boil is because he's the player, he's the one of the two central midfielders that can play the box-to-box game, and you'd normally see him surging forward when Declan would just sit tight. And now this season, Declan has been surging further forward, which is it feels like it's nullified Souček's game. And people are saying, well, you should allow your best player to play whatever game he wants. But for me, it's not so much allowing your best player to play. It's playing the system that's best for the team. Am I harsh in that thinking? You know, should Declan be given the freedom of the park and go further forward? in order to nullify Souček's game, or is it more about Souček? Has he just not been at the races this season, or is it because that change in sort of tactic?
Combination of both, maybe. Let's not forget, last season he was the guy making all forward runs.
Yeah.
Rice was just sitting and spraying.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like he wasn't making one run in 2 or 3 into the box. Souček, he was making every time he was making that late run into the box. And let's be honest, centre forward will tell you the more times you're in the box, more times you'll score. And if he's making every single run to the box and some are overhit, it don't matter. But if he's making one run into 3 into the box and that one run in 3, the ball's overhit, he can't get to the end of it. But he's now had to limit his runs because Rice is doing it as well. And if they both go running, then the midfield's wide open and you get people run straight through you again.
Mm-hmm.
This would almost be worth it. Wasn't Watford. At some point you might want to try playing Krauer, Rice, and Souček together.
Yeah.
As a midfield 3, and just telling Krauer, you just sit in front of the back 4,
so that the others can search for.
And the other 2 will run up and down.
That's why I actually thought Krauer might start today in order to allow Souček that little bit more freedom. I'm not having a go at Declan. It's not Declan's fault because clearly he wants.
It's unfortunate. If he didn't get booked, he would have been all right.
Yeah.
Because the Southampton game was the cut-off.
There's a comment here. This match has me worried, English Yardy says. Very worrisome. Dawson is Dawson. But Diop at times defensively scares me. Diop has... Now, look. Is this because Diop had to play alongside Masuaku, which is what has made him bad? Or is Diop just seriously lacking in defensive quality at the moment?
Mixture of both.
You're very much on the fence today, Matt.
No, because look, let's be real. I mean, if I was playing centre back and I had Masuaku alongside me, I'm always gonna be worried. However, I didn't talk about it. There is a lack of experience. His decision making at times. Remember, we've always said that, Bono used to be one that would jump in and make tackles. He's the guy that would commit forward and jump in. Zuma does the same thing. However, they've got the experience to go as and when to commit and make that tackle. If you don't make that tackle and he hasn't, you have to be held accountable because he's done that twice in the last couple of games. He's dived in to make a tackle when he didn't need to dive in, and B, if he doesn't win it, you're knackered. And it was both of them. He done it in the Tottenham game. Was it the second goal?
Mm-hmm.
When the guy was touch tight with Dawson already, and then Diop commits as well, misses it. Højbjerg ran past him, squared it. Yeah. And in the Southampton game, if that was Zuma, 1, I don't think he commits that early, as Dawson did. And 2, if Zuma did commit to that, he didn't get it, he would have just pulled the guy down.
Yeah.
It's a lack of experience from Diop. That's what it is. Because also, it's any other team, if you notice, the thing that annoyed me the most is that we seem to be, I know you call it the continental style of play, but everyone else in the Premier League does it. Everyone else buys cheap free kicks, goes down, knows how to buy cheap free kicks, knows how to break up the game management. We don't do it.
Are we too honest a team, Matt?
Yeah.
I'm a bit seriously asking that.
Actually, yeah. You go back, right?
You look at the game against Brentford, you look at the game against Southampton, you look at a few games, you look at the game against Arsenal when Lacazette went down like a sack of potatoes, and we've had occasions in games where we've been in prime positions in the box, we've been tugged at, pulled down or whatever, but the players try to stay on their feet. That's a Moyes thing, isn't it? Moyes says to them, you play on.
Look at Antonio. I know people were saying about the boy don't stick to him, but how many times in that game against Southampton when he come off the bench did he get hacked out by about 3 or 4 players? But because he stayed on his feet, the ref played the advantage for about 3 seconds while the ball's still at his feet. He gets tackled, the ref's like, what's your advantage on? Whereas the Southampton players just straight down on the floor, all right, you got a free kick. The start of the second half, we were flying in that game, and at that point, there was only one winner. We were barring pressure, they couldn't handle it. We scored the goal, we were still knocking on the door, and then was it Broha or whatever? I think he went down from a tackle holding his head. we played on for about 20 seconds. Lanzini then put the ball out of play, right?
Yeah.
For the guy to get what was essentially, he was holding his foot, right? He was holding his head, the ref wouldn't put the ball out of play, right? He then gets something on his foot, right? He gets the magic sponge on his foot. But while that was all going on, the entire Southampton team, apart from him, were over on the touchline getting new instructions, new tactics, new impetus from the management on what to do. Right? We don't do that. You never see us take the sting out of the game. You never see us just take the early free kick. It's a lack of, tactical nous, game management. I don't know. We're too honest. Like you said, we're too honest.
I think we're too honest. People are commenting about what I said about Rice. Dab said, no, if you're the team's best player, you've got to play how the team play best. So I'm guessing you agree with me. So we know Declan is by far our best player, but what suits the team is Declan sitting. I mean, Declan's not playing today, and people have already mentioned, they're hoping that, given the lineup today, that Noble sits and allows Souček to go forward. He's more of a threat, isn't he? He's more of a threat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Vinay says, to be fair, Declan times his runs perfectly, often leading the counter. Rice and Souček need to make runs at different times. I agree with that. And it's interesting because I refer back to last season. Whenever Souček was going forward, he'd always have a look behind his shoulder to see that Declan was there. So he knew that he had cover in case our attack broke down. I don't think Souček is as good a defensive midfielder as Rice is.
No. But I think we knew it when we brought him in as a box-to-box. That's what we needed. When we brought him in, we brought in a box-to-box to sit alongside Rice. It's just Rice's game has evolved to the point where now you need someone to sit alongside Rice, because Rice is now the box-to-box.
Here's a comment from Ian. Our front line is not performing and won't make those runs into the box. Hence, Declan forced to make these runs. What do you think of that?
Rice just does make intelligent runs. But when you only play with one centre forward, sometimes you need the wingers to get in the box to make up the men.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll see that the fullback goes wide. We've seen it a few times, really, especially when we're down that left-hand side, that Cresswell and Masuaku will go wide, and then whoever's supposed to be the midfielder, probably Ben Rama, has drifted into the box. So you need someone else to make the overlapping run, and Rice does that very well. But definitely, I would say does that better than Souček.
Yeah. Well, here's a comment from Father Snowman. Still, it is Declan's fault. He went to Moyes and asked if he could change his role. We were better with Declan sitting back. Lack of goals has hurt us. And this is the other thing. A change of a tactic is only good if you're benefiting from it. And last season, Souček was a joint top goal scorer with 10 goals. This season, I think he's scored one or none.
He's on about two, I think.
He's on about two. And Declan's
he's not scored many. I mean, it's nowhere near the output he was getting last season. It's not, the thing is, you wouldn't mind it if Dec was getting the goals instead.
Yeah.
But I don't think between them you're getting a balance of goals either. So
no, you're not. Paul Chambers, I know it's part of our game now, but do you think that insistence on our wide forwards to track back has curtailed our attacking flair? Well, yeah, because I agree with that, Paul, because Moyes does want his attacking players to defend. And that's why Ben Rama last season was hardly playing. And he's changed the way Fornals plays, where if you remember when Fornals first came to West Ham, he was more an out-and-out attacking midfielder. And Moyes changed him into a midfielder, rather than out-and-out attacking midfielder. And Bowen seems to be the only one at the moment that's got maybe a slightly free license to roam further forward.
He still does track back though,
and he still does track back. Yeah.
The problem is that it's the formation and the way Moyes is set up. If it's almost like, and you'll understand the comparison, the Payet situation.
Yeah.
When we brought Payet in the first season, Bilic said to him, last season at Upton Park, Bilic basically said to him, stay forward, right? you're not worth tracking back, stay forward and do the damage. And that first season, he tore the league apart because players were like, "Oh, if we don't track back, we put 2 players on him and try and block him out of the game, in which case someone else steps up, or we don't track back and then he really hurts us on the counter." Second season, however, teams worked out if you just left him up there, didn't bother about him, and just continually double upped on the fullback, A, you were just going to win possession back, and B, you were going to do more damage. So the way we set up now, if the wide forwards don't track back in this 4-2-3-1 we play, and then you play an adventurous team, if they commit their fullbacks forward, they have constant 2-on-1s the entire game. But it's almost like you're essentially asking the players to have the intelligence to self-manage that situation during the game. So you say to them, look, whoever's playing the wing, Bowen, say it's Bowen and Benrahma today, right? You need to work out what their fullbacks are doing. If their fullbacks are pushing forward, you need to track back. But if the fullbacks are just hanging around the halfway line and not interested in overlapping, stay forward. Occupy them. But I think maybe Bowen's the only one that's got the intelligence to actually recognise and do it, because he's the only one that seems to understand when to drop back and when not to.
Yeah. Right, let's just take you through the starting lineup because the game is about to kick off. So let's just show you the starting 11 again in case anyone sort of missed that. Oh, where is it? There it is. Prediction, Matt?
I think what I said last night. I said 2-1.
To us, I hope.
Yeah, of course. I'd never back a loss. I might back a draw, but I'd never back a loss.
Yeah. I'm going to go for... I'm going to go for a tight 2-1 as well, actually. I can't see us not conceding, unfortunately, which is horrible to think that, but I like to think that we keep a clean sheet because that became part of our game, didn't it? But not so lately. Not so.
No, we can't seem to keep them. So
The players are coming out on the pitch now. Have you got your link?
I'm actually watching it on Amazon.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. I actually play Amazon Prime, so I was like, oh, that's nice. I actually watched the game properly for once.
Who's their danger man, Matt?
I'm still... It's weird. So I've just seen they put the team up on Amazon and they've put it as Dennis playing up front and Josh King on the wing. Which... I'd still say Dennis is the danger man, but is Josh King not sort of wasted on the wing?
Well, that depends on if that's how they are going to line up.
He was on their left hand side to be up against Bowen and Sufal. I still think it must be Josh King up front. I can't.
Yeah. I've got so many links open. You're going to have to bear with me and try so I can shut some down because I can't.
Trying to find one that's working.
I've got 2 links.
We are listed as a 4-2-3-1 with Lanzini in the hole, so that's something at least.
Oh, I knew it. I knew I was going to do that. I knew I was going to click on the link that I shouldn't have clicked on to get rid of the. Let's try and go back there.
Big game for Noble today.
Big game for the
May
whole
not
team,
get many
I think.
more starts, so.
Well, our fans are in full force. Can hear them singing in the background.
Oh, okay, I can pause it. So if I kick off and I'll pause it and you tell me when you go and I'll start it up again. What are you on at the moment?
Hang on, mate. Let me turn the volume down on this. What did you say?
I said I can actually pause this, so if I kick off and then you tell me when you're caught up and I'll play it again.
Okay. They're on
I
their
haven't
knee
kicked
now.
off yet. I've got, you might even be in front of me. I've got a helicopter shot floating over the ground. Oh, you might be in front of me, actually. I've just taken the knee now, so.
Oh, right. I'm ahead of you.
That's all right. Crack on then. Shows you what Amazon's worth.
They've just kicked off.
I'm about a second or two behind you. Oh, it's well worth paying that Amazon subscription, guys. You know. Got to say that I just see the crowd there at kickoff, and the stadium's half empty. We filled at our end quite well,
We always do.
but the home ends look rather empty.
How many? I'm on 36 seconds, 37, 38.
Ah, you're about 4 seconds in front of me. It's fine.
So we've kicked off, people. Johnson is at left back. Let's see the formation. So Soufal on the right, Johnson out on the left. We've got Souček further forward. Noble is sitting in the 18-yard box. 18-yard box in the halfway line.
Yeah, it should be the one sitting.
Nice play, Antonio. Antonio crosses it in. Go on, Bowen. Bowen in. Oh. Souček to Benrahma, back to Souček, just on the 18-yard box. Freak! Oh, referee! Don't start with all that rubbish. Souček just got taken down, and the referee waved play on. And now that's obvious. Advantage played. Watford out on the left side. In the box. That's all right. Bowen, Lanzini. Now, Souček got taken down just outside the 18-yard box, and the referee waved play on. So we know the quality. I'm on 2 minutes exactly.
All right. Tell me when you get to 2:12.
All right. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, right. I somehow jumped ahead of you, so I've just pulled your level again.
Okay. Ball over. Oh, wasted ball by Noble, trying to get it forward quickly.
Yeah, see, you know what? Thing is, I don't mind. Like, I thought it was a foul, but it would have been a weak foul, right? And it's sort of foul that in the Euros they wouldn't have given.
The trouble is, a foul's a foul.
That was supposed to be the mantra for the season, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The niggly fouls, they were like, we're not going to give them anymore. We're just going to play the game. And everyone in the Euros was saying, oh, it lets the game flow more and this and that, and we're all up and for it. But you need consistency on it. Because this is the sort of thing where, is old added, if that was down the other end, he'd give the foul.
Yeah.
Like, as long as that's the marker for fouls today, that's not considered a foul for the game, I'm fine. But, as soon as we do it, it'll be a foul. And that's what's frustrating with the league this year. Not only can they not get decisions right, they can't consistently give the same decisions.
So we're 3 minutes in. Nothing to write home about just yet. Jordan's saying Noble looks completely off it at the moment. Let's see how he gets into the game. Let's see.
Well, we're surprised. When was the last time he played?
Sorry, mate.
When was the last time he played?
Europa League.
Much like we said about the Watford team, like, you know, they might have energy, but they might be very disjointed for not having the match sharpness. You'd probably argue the same thing.
Dennis on the ball. Oh,
what
fuck
goal.
me.
What a goal.
Fucking
Shoddy defending. Absolutely awful defending. But put in the top corner. And I'm sure that was our throw-in. It's come from our throw-in, and it's 1-0 Watford. Inside 5 minutes. Dawson threw himself to the floor for a non-shot. Diop backed off. Left foot, Dennis, top corner. Yeah, Johnson's throw down the line. Antonio doesn't win it. Lanzini loses out. Noble's not even picked up his man. Dennis holds off Dawson. Dummy shot. Diop's literally standing watching. Like, what is Diop doing? At least Dawson's tried to close the man down. Diop's just watched him, and he's put in the top corner. It's absolutely awful. I mean, you can't say anything to Fabianski. It's top corner. Dawson's on his feet trying to block it. He overcommits too early.
That's a poor challenge by Dawson, but yeah, Diop is just standing watching.
He's literally just standing watching.
Standing watching.
It's not like he's behind Dawson getting ready for the second attempt. Like, he's just standing watching. It's absolutely shocking defending. And, you know, like, what, second bottom of the league or third bottom of the league, whatever, Watford now in front? If we're going to concede early. And we both said we weren't going to keep a clean sheet, so...
Now, let's see how we respond. Well played by Ben Rama. He's won that back. Well played, Ben Rama there. Get in there, West Ham. Souček on the ball. Bowen in!
I think he might have been offside there, but that was an absolute shank. Ball got cleared.
Central defenders have been seriously woeful.
Yeah.
You know, seriously woeful. You know, we know what we need in the transfer window. But
he needs a defender.
Dawson panicked. Diop fell asleep.
But the thing is, that's Dawson's side. Sorry, it's Diop.
Yeah.
It's Diop's side, sorry. Dawson should have been over further and Diop should be making that tackle. But Diop was just literally standing still, walking in the box about 5 yards behind Dawson. Like, yeah, go on, you've got it covered.
If you notice further up front, Bowen is playing central. Antonio's playing to the right.
Well, if they both take it in terms of drifting, I don't mind because it makes it harder to man mark someone. But,
what a terrible ball by Souček. What a terrible ball.
Awful. See, Antonio's to come back into the middle now. They've swapped over again. I mean, he's followed up by an awful ball from Watford as well. So, that's not
what happened to our strong, solid defensive setup? You know, I know playing without our first three choice defenders will be bad, but good grief, honestly. Souček on the ball. Noble plays it to Bowen. Outright to Soufal.
Don't get me wrong, I don't take anything away from the finish. It's a
great finish.
You know,
great finish.
He stuck it in the top corner. I mean, I would say, as much as I've been questioning recently Fabianski, there's nothing you can do about that. That was literally top corner. However, that was our. Don't forget as well, that was our throw-in at left back. And I've always said when the game's Southampton, when Antonio wasn't on the pitch in the first half, we had all these like inventive throw-ins. Like people were making runs, coming short, going backwards, forwards and stuff. When Antonio's on the pitch, we have one throw-in, and it is throw it long to Antonio. So the opposition team puts one in front of Antonio, one behind him. We have no one else within about 5, 6, 7 yards of Antonio. And if he doesn't win the header, you're knackered.
Yeah, this is
And
it.
that's exactly where that come from.
Antonio on the ball now, into Benrahma. Make your minds up, West Ham, running into each other, Souček and Benrahma.
Souček's made a run, and he should have either slipped him in or come away again.
Yeah.
And he just, this is what I've been saying about Benrahma recently, his final third decision-making has been awful. That's why I wouldn't have started him today. Because I agree with you. Like, I didn't think, as much as he scored that goal as Southampton, I don't think he had a very good game.
I don't think he had a good game.
And there's a difference when a centre forward doesn't have a good game but scores a goal, because that's his job. When you're a winger, your sole job isn't to score a goal. Well played, Lanzini.
Lanzini, Bowen, Benrahma.
Oh!
Hit the bar.
Off the crossbar from Benrahma. It's a good run from right to left from Bowen.
Bowen
Plays
started
into the middle to Lanzini.
Nice little pass to
Benrahma on the edge of the box.
Good crack. Good response from West Ham.
And that is about our luck at the moment. Saying that, I think if it's any lower, I think the keeper saves it.
All right.
Crystal Palace have taken an early lead against Norwich from a penalty.
Well, Norwich are down. I mean, if there was ever a game we really needed to play, it would have been
that game. Yeah. Well played. Go on, Antonio.
Antonio on the ball out wide. He's got two up against him.
Referee.
That's a free kick.
That's a fucking booking. He's literally just taking him out. There's no attempt to play the ball there. Antonio's got round him and he's just taking him out. But as always, like I said to you before the game about that, the continental style of play. If that was us on like Sancho or Rashford or Martial at Man United, he rolls on the floor for about 30 seconds and the ref books him. Antonio barely hit the deck and tried to get up against. The ref's just given a free kick and gone, free kick will do. It's just cynical.
There's Soufal and Bowen on the ball. Probably an in-swinger from Bowen coming in. Bowen. Come on, West Ham. A really good ball in here, West Ham. Let's get 10 minutes into the game. Free kick to West Ham. Bowen, good ball in. Oh, good clearance.
Right sort of ball as well, whipped in towards the goal, so someone's got to touch it.
Corner ball to West Ham.
I think Watford are contesting the corner. I think they're adamant it went out for a throw-in, but referee's given the corner.
Let them contest.
Corner ball to West Ham. Whipped in. Oh, it's been dealt with well.
Sissoko defended well twice there. Poor ball by Noble there, but
deep. Dawson.
Hang on, Antonio went down there, but it's a free kick, of course.
Antonio's down in the box, holding his back.
What happened there? Antonio was pushed out of the way.
Yeah, it's a coming together, and then the keeper's falling over him. But the guy does have two hands on Antonio, literally manhandling him.
Oh, what's Antonio holding on to there?
It was his back when it's his lower back. I think he got kneed in the back. But the defender had two hands on him and pushed him into someone else. So...
"12 minutes in, Watford 1, West Ham United 0. Antonio still holding
his bum, his lower back, yeah. Diop, what is that?
Get in there, Diop! What are you trying to do, mate? What sort of defending is that?
Pulling out of the tackle. You're a centre back.
Good grief.
So people might moan about Dawson, but if that was Dawson, that ball would have been in the stand. He'd have just put his foot through it, and that would be the end of it. Whereas we get lucky there because Diop bottled out of the tackle, and somehow we got the ricochet.
Antonio on the ball.
That's better. He actually brought it down.
Out wide to Soufal. It's good crossing.
Go on!
Oh, mate, have a whack! Go on, Antonio!
Oh.
Why did you chest it down? Have a fucking
whack, himself to score, did he? didn't back himself to score.
Oh, Jesus.
Lanzini on the ball.
Zini on the ball.
Wide
Ben
to Benny.
Rama. Good
Swings
cross
it
it.
in. Corner
Corner
ball.
Oh,
Didn't back
Ben
himself to score, did
Rama.
he? He's chested that. The thing is, he's chested it down, and it's a poor chest as well for Bowen.
He
It's
didn't
not in
need
front of
to.
him.
He should have just whacked it, volleyed it,
And
whatever, or chested it
I
down
don't
to
know
you,
if he either
yourself.
didn't see it or he didn't back himself. It was one or the other. But you're right. He should have just hit it.
Bowen, corner from the left side. Oh, don't go
Would
down
be an
now.
outswinger.
For God's sake.
At
Oh,
least
for
Noble's not on him.
fuck's sake.
Noble out, Bowen out swinger. Socek knocks it down. Ben Rama back to Lanzini. We're going backwards here. Soufal wide to Lanzini. Lanzini from deep. Looks to swing it in. That's a poor corner. Straight to the goalkeeper. Poor cross, sorry. Poor cross relieves the pressure. We've recovered well. Watford have got a guy down in the box. He's stood back up. He's having a moan about something. It's been a good recovery. We've had 69% possession in the first half now. But, yet again, a poor start from West Ham has left us chasing the game. Almost, you could argue almost a exact replica of the game against Southampton.
Yep. My link's gone down, so relying on you, mate, while I get another link up.
Watford goal kick. King wings a header, but it rolls through to Fabianski. Rolls it out to Diop. Brings it forward. Passes it sideways to Johnson. Johnson then goes back to Fabianski. No options going forward. Fabianski out to Dawson. Dawson looks for options. There's no option. Dawson just does as usual and pumps it long. Gives it away. But Soufal wins second ball. He gives it away to Soko. Soko, no pressure on him. Able to turn and switch it. Played long. Dawson chests it to Noble. Noble back to Diop. West Ham regain possession. Diop into Lanzini. Lanzini wide to Johnson.
What minutes are you on?
Fifth, just about to hit 16.
Yeah, I'm on 16 now.
Yeah.
Noble.
There we go. Wide to Johnson.
My link keeps going down.
Johnson into Ben Rama. Ben Rama back to Soucek on the halfway line. Switches it across the other side to Noble on the right-hand side. Sorry, to Dawson. Dawson wide to Soufal. Soufal comes inside, looks for the overlap of Bowen.
Goal kick.
Oh, Bowen, that's silly. That is really silly. Bowen made one of these clever runs he makes behind the fullback down the line. And then he decides he's going to hold off the ball to change body position to get a better cross. So then the defender just steps across him and goes, I'll have the ball then. And it rolls out for a goal kick.
Did he think it was a corner?
I don't know. I think he changed position to cross it. Because he was very flat. He wasn't a good angle to cross. It was almost like he pulled himself round to get ready to cross it. But it just gave the defender far too much time to get in between him to get it out. And just usher it out for a goal kick. Goal kick taken long. Josh King able to head it down but loses possession. West Ham break over Soucek.
I'm on
into
17.
Antonio. Oh, Antonio just couldn't find a way through.
He can't retain
Poor
the ball,
clearance. Rich header Ben Rama. Diop, absolutely awful ball. Noble wins a header. But then it still comes back to Watford again. Josh King turns Diop.
Oh, he turned Diop so easy.
I'm not even joking. Noble was having a better game than Diop right now.
He turned him so easy, didn't he, there?
That's the point. The fact that Noble could read it tells you how obvious it was, and Diop still fell for it. Soufal out of position. Sissoko looking to switch it from right to left over Ben Rama. Poor touch from the fullback. Just about to keep it in. Johnson knocks it out for a throw-in. He is being absolutely awful. Not even joking. In the last couple of weeks, Diop is in a you know what? It's one of them ones where I'd actually say if he was first choice centre back at the moment, he'd actually been dropped if we had the players available. You know, we've always said Moyes is always loyal to his players, but when you've had a couple of bad games and mistakes, he'll drop you. Like, Diop is in that droppable position right now, but there's no one to drop him for.
let's really, really hope that Moyes has got two signings lined up right at the very, very start of the
I mean,
transfer window, because boy, oh
I-
boy, do we need it.
I'm thinking about the last 3 days of the window, maybe.
I hope not. We don't have that long to wait. Played by Lanzini.
Referee!
Ref!
Get the card out!
Wrestled him
Come
down!
on! Just book him now when he can't do it
He ain't
again.
going to get booked, is he? He ain't going to get booked.
No.
Look
Look
at that! Look at that! They know what to do, don't they? They disrupt the game. They pull him down, dirty little fouls, and that disrupts our flow.
Yeah. Well run there, Antonio.
Win it. Win it.
That's it.
You got 2 against him. Well done.
Go on, Benny.
Well done.
Go on, Benny. Well done, Benny.
Corner ball.
Well run, Antonio. Make sure it didn't go out for a goal kick.
We're beginning a fight.
Didn't commit the foul on the touchline, which is what they wanted. Won the ball back, and we got a corner.
What are you on? I'm on 1934, 35.
I'm about a second in front here.
Okay. Corner ball, West Ham. Lanzini on it. Good ball in now, West Ham. Come on. Good ball in. That is a good ball in. Oh! Good punch away by the keeper. Win it back, so check. Win it back. That's yours, mate. That's yours. Well, one backs. Don't lose it again.
That's poor, so check.
Oh,
Watford on the counter. Oh, big tackle, Soufal. Big tackle.
Good challenge. Good challenge.
Right, I don't want to be a stickler, right? I've only seen one angle. That tackle, the Arsenal game.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Yeah.
I don't want to beat a dead drum or whatever, you know.
But you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
First angle, maybe his foot's lower.
And there was a game straight after the West Ham game, the Liverpool game, when Trent Alexander-Arnold went in for a challenge in the box, and the commentators were saying he got something on the ball.
Good ball.
That's why it wasn't a penalty. Well, so did Soufal. Good ball in. Good ball in.
Unlucky. I mean, I'd have to see the tackle again. Maybe his foot was low. He didn't go over the ball. But first angle, it looked exactly the same tackle. And that one, I'm like, yeah, good tackle. But the other one was a penalty. Right. Come on, West Ham, work the angle.
Oh, nice.
That's poor ball.
That's nice. Unlucky. Make it your own.
Right, take your time, Diop. You've got no pressure on you right now.
I'll give him that. Dawson is having an absolute nightmare of a game.
However, he's playing better than Diop.
Oh, sorry. No, I meant Diop. My mistake. Diop is having a nightmare.
Dawson's having a good game.
Yeah.
Diop's been... Go on, Antonio. Good ball.
Nice turn.
Get in again.
Nice turn.
Ah, ha, ha. We are knocking on the door.
I'll tell you what. But this is what we were doing against Spurs in the Cup. And we just weren't pulling it off.
But they're not Spurs. Well, that's the only thing I would say. Spurs under Conte look like a different team.
That is true. Corner ball in. They're defending well, but there's no one in the middle. Oh, don't go down again. Jesus Christ.
Oh, someone's got to make a tackle here, West Ham. They've got 3-on-2. Well tracked back, Ben Rama. You know what? I moaned before the game, but he's actually had a good game so far. I'll take it back. That's why Moyes is a... Oh, Antonio. What? Ref? I didn't even see what happened there. They played the ball to Antonio. The ball was short, and I thought, oh, Antonio's not going to get this. He's stuck on his feet. I blinked for a second. Antonio's turning away with the ball and guys on the floor. What happened?
I don't know, because my stream went down.
You know, like ones where you're trying to block the ball, you put your foot across to shield it. I think as he's put his foot across to shield it, he sort of caught the top of the defender's foot. The defender just threw himself to the floor. Might have been a bit of a painful one, though, because they're not exactly boots anymore, are they? They're like frigging socks with studs on the bottom.
Let's see if I can get another link up.
I've just relieved the pressure a bit for Watford. Free kick on the halfway line. Pumped up long towards the box. Fabianski, what is that communication? It's a free kick on the halfway line, pumped up into the box. There's not a single Watford player in the box. But Dawson doesn't get a shout from Fabianski, tries to head it away, and then they get a rebound shot, which Dawson blocks out for a throw-in. But there was just no communication from Fabianski there. Like, that should have just been back to the goalkeeper or time to take a touch and clear it.
We're nervous at the back, aren't we, Matt?
Nervous is an understatement. Like, forward again,
Right.
Watford on the edge of the box.
I'm at 23:46 now. Am I far behind?
Dennis, about 15 seconds behind. Ref, that went out. Ref. Oh, Southampton are beating Tottenham.
Makes our fucking result a little bit better then, doesn't it?
James Ward-Prowse. Pumped up long, looking for Josh King. Dawson. I mean, that probably would have been a foul, but okay. We got away with one there, I think. Fabianski, good turn. Oh, let's say Lanzini, good turn. Poor ball. Souček recovers it. Antonio, awful touch, Antonio. What is that?
Well, it's usual for him, isn't it? Unfortunately.
Oh, good interception, Johnson. Souček bringing it forward. Look at his options. Wide to Benrahma. Benrahma, clever inside. Why is Antonio there? Clever, back to Bowen. Looking for a left foot shot. Deflected. Skied up into the air. Kick long from Watford. Diop with a clearing header to the halfway line. That was unlucky. Johnson, good tackle. Noble, good tackle. Souček brings it back down. Diop to Dawson. Dawson to Noble. Noble, good ball to wide to Soufal there. Over the halfway line, bringing it forward. He needs options, West Ham. He needs options. It's gone wide to Bowen. Bowen needs options. Back to Noble. Noble wide to Soufal. Soufal looks to whip it in. Good ball. Headed up and out again. Dawson needs to win it. Good header, Dawson. Into Soufal. Into Bowen. Back wide to Soufal. Needs an option, West Ham. Back to Noble. Noble feeds it into Bowen. Bowen lays it off wide to Soufal. Back into Bowen. Go on. Souček. Yes! Get in! Thomas Souček.
How annoying. And now I've got to watch it 15 seconds behind. Go on, Souček. That's a great goal. That's a great goal. Even though I watched it 15 seconds after you did, mate. That's a great.
You know what? That was a brilliant passing goal as well.
And
patient passing.
Souček, further up the pitch.
Yeah.
Further up the pitch.
Brilliant pass from Bowen. Souček, first time. And the sliding tackle from the defender leaves keeper flat-footed. Bottom corner, West Ham are level. Good passing period from West Ham. Right, what time are you on?
No, I'm trying to find a better link, so you carry on.
I'll say, otherwise I'll just pause it and link up with you again.
No, we'll be far too far behind then. Far too far behind. I will
Brilliant
find
piece of passing play from West Ham. Ended up with a clever through ball from the deep line run from Souček. Blasts it near post in the bottom corner.
It was coming.
Tackle,
it was
been coming.
Yeah,
it has been. It's been coming since they scored. Watford got the goal early, and they. You know what? I would say as well. I don't want to be. Watford did a West Ham. But say that we normally do. Say that when we play the big teams, Moyes gets in front early and he goes, right, shut up shop. And that's what Watford have done so far. They got the goal early and they try to shut up. Go on, Lanzini. Go on. Feed him. Go on, Antonio. Look up. Go on, Benny. Yeah!
Oh, mate, I can't. We just scored another goal. Oh.
2-1 in the blink of an eye. West Ham have turned it around.
Mate,
Watford caught out of the back.
You won't believe what my link did. It went to the Southampton game.
You're having a shocker, mate.
I'm having an absolute
Lanzini
shock.
picks the pocket of the fullback, plays in Antonio into the box. Antonio for once looks up, picks out at Benrahma, shoots. West Ham get a bit of luck. Benrahma gets a good foot on it, but it's going straight to the goalkeeper. The defender sticks out a foot, deflects it past him.
Great. I
In
want
the
a chair.
blink of an eye.
I want a chair, but I can't because I can't see the effer. I want a chair, but I can't.
In the blink, and it's a killer touch off the defender's foot. It was a decent drag back from Antonio, but Benrahma can't make a good connection. Hits it straight to the goalkeeper. But it's the number 11 is Macedo, the fullback, sticks a toe on it, deflects it past the goalkeeper.
I'm on 28, 24, 28, 25, 26. How far behind am I?
28 what?
28, 30, 28, 31, 32.
About a minute.
Oh, wow. All right. I'm just seeing the goal now. Antonio, Benrahma. Oh, I love it when goals like that go in. I love it. I don't care how they go in. Yeah, love that. Love that. Let's get in there, West Ham! Come on! An hour later.
Yeah, an hour later. Space of that 2 goals in about 3 minutes, 4
Good.
minutes.
Now we've got to keep hold of this. Got to keep hold now. We've got to do something in defence, regardless.
Well, you know what? I'd actually ignore the defence for now because our best form of defence seems to be attack. Go on, Bowen. Go on, Bowen. West Ham corner. Our best form of defence at the moment is attack because our defence looks awful. So I'd give up on defence and just be like, just keep attacking.
I'm on 29, 24. How far behind? Am I literally a minute behind?
56 seconds.
God, Jesus. Got to find another link.
But yeah, at the moment, I'd just say forget the defending, just attack because defending ain't working for us. Attacking apparently is.
No.
Right, Lanzini whips it in. Antonio flick on. What very wide near post is a almost impossible angle to score from there, and it's gone out for a goal kick. Oh, so I didn't know that stat before today, but at least Watford have kept their own stat up. They haven't had a single clean sheet this season. Just come up on the screen. Go on, Socek, knock it wide. Go on, Benny. Go on, Bun Johnson. Go on. Oh, unlucky.
You're going to have to take over for a minute, Matt, while I'm looking for yet another link.
Oh, 2 goals in 2 minutes. Wow, okay, that was quick. Watford throwing in their right back position, flicked on. Diop to Johnson. Oh, I should let that go out, Johnson. Josh King down the line to Dennis. Line West Ham's penalty box on the right hand side. Dennis looks to pull it back. Good clearance from Soufal. Go on, Benny. Battle it. Oh, well played. Knock it back. Unlucky. Watford have to go back to the halfway line to regain possession. Watford have been pushed, and Antonio's pushed him all the way back to the goalkeeper. Watford look to build again. The centre back right on the halfway line, he pumps it long. Diop with a clearing header. Benny, you missed the clearance. Out for a Watford throw in just inside West Ham's half. The fullback looking to take the throw in. Come on, ref, it's taking a while.
Right.
Flicked on by the winger.
To Amazon now.
Oh, yeah,
so
actually gone to Amazon.
32.43, 32.44.
I think it might be about 3 seconds in front of me now, but I think I paused it earlier. Let me reload it.
I'll do.
You've just gone to Amazon now, have you given up? I'm on 30.
I've taken out a 30-day free trial.
Yeah, might as well. Might as well. Right, watch live.
People, right, we will come to your messages at half time, I do promise.
Right, what are you on?
I'm on 33.10, 33.11, 33.12.
Back out and go in again, just to see if it refreshes. Because I've just done that, and it put me about 5 seconds in front of you. Soufal the long ball. With Josh King, knocks it back to the fullback. Pumps it long down the line. Good play from Dawson. Noble flicks it over the top. Unlucky Bowen. Watford throw in.
That's a good point, Dabs. I'm going to check on that, mate.
What's that?
If we've gone 3-5-2, I'm going to have a close look at our formation, and you might not be. You might be right. Let's have a look now. Noble, did you? His usual, customary. Let me just dive in there with my fucking feet up about 6 foot up in the air.
Just let them know we're there. Just make sure they're not getting an easy game.
That's a sending off if he touches the player.
What I think what you'll notice is that Noble is tucking in.
Noble is playing like a sweeper.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. When you're saying about 3-5-2, the fullbacks are being asked to push on further. Oh, you've got to make that Dawson. Well covered, Noble. See, look, that's what I mean about. That's what I'm saying about Noble. I still give him the free kick though. Ref, he was never getting the ball.
What a for ref.
Ref, he's never getting the ball. Once he's gone past Dawson, he's never getting it. Right? Yes, Dawson goes. He knocks it past him, but he knocks it straight to Noble. He's never going to get to the second part of the ball. Oh yeah, I think what you find is a lot of it. Noble is because we've been on the ascendancy. And we've been quite up the pitch. Noble's basically tucked in to make a back three at times, with the fullbacks pushing higher.
That makes sense.
Like ball whipped in. They win the first ball. Good block from Johnson on the second header. Good little clearance from Souček out for a throw in.
But you ahead of me then. I'm 35.09, 35.10, 35.11.
Tell me when you get to 16.
15, 16,
right,
17,
okay, there we go.
18.
Yeah, we're synced now.
Right.
I somehow was about 3 or 4 seconds in front of you, but good tackle, Souček.
Lanzini. Oh, unlucky.
Oh, unlucky, Benny.
Souček is getting into his own. He's having a better game.
A very good game.
Yeah.
You know what? And I take it back because I think Ben Rama's had a good game.
Ben Rama's, yeah. He's grown into the game.
I did question why they picked him instead of Vlasic, but I mean, regardless of the goal again, I said that about the game. Go on, Antonio. Referee!
Yeah.
You're going to give anything for that, are you?
What's the difference between that and what Dawson had just done?
I know he was close to the ball, but the principle still stands that he body blocked him. Yeah, I think I said though against the game against Southampton, I thought regardless of the goal, Benny had a bad game. But I would say, regardless of the goal today, Benny's had a good game. Unlucky, Antonio. Well played, Noble. Go on, that's not an interesting ball. That's not a bad ball, Noble.
Oh well, that's got a throw on.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, I don't like saying it, but like I said, I think it only lasts an hour, but
so
it's a very noble performance. It's a very noble performance.
He's dropped quite deep. He's a bit further forward now. He's a look. He's a calming influence. I still don't think he's going to last the whole hour.
Oh, do you not get a free kick for that, ref, for the tackle?
He's a calming influence on the players. I get that. I still don't think Noble's going to last an hour, but so far so good. So far so good.
I don't. I don't think. I said I'd still take him off after an hour. For Crown. Where's that gone? Oh, that hanging in the air for a while. Souček. Oh, sorry. Back. Played long by the fullback. Diop, I don't understand what you just done there. Like, I don't understand. Track back Noble. Stand him up. Good Ed Soufal. I should have controlled that, Benny. Should have brought that under control. Watford throw in.
I might be behind you again. I'm on 37.43. 44, 45, 46.
Yeah, spot one. That's what I want. West Ham throw in with Johnson. Anytime you want to take it, Johnson, Jesus. In short to Ben Rama, play long. You know what? Even that was something different. For a throw in. Even that was something different. Touch from Soufal. Go on, Soufal. Go on. Where's Bowen? Oh, it's wide. Souček out on the wing. Cuts it back to Lanzini. Lanzini into Noble. Noble chips over the top. Oh, that was unlucky looking for Soufal. Back Lanzini's there to cover. Lanzini back into Noble. Noble lays it back to Dawson. That's unlucky, West Ham. I would say, and this may be harsh, but I would say, barring Diop, we look a lot more settled than we did at the start of the game. You hear me now?
I can now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Yeah. The other headsets don't seem to be doing it.
Fucking brand.
I'd say, like, barring Diop, the rest of the team looks a lot more settled now than it did at the start of the game.
Yeah,
they seem to have regained some composure.
Diop is composure is a bit shot, isn't it?
Southampton have had a man sent off, and Tottenham have got a penalty.
Typical. Fucking typical.
That was unlucky. Palace are 2-0 up against Norwich. You know what? What I'm a bit confused about here, though, and I would say, is that I've just watched a replay of the red card again. Oh, they've got a sub coming on Watford. Sorry, I've zoned out there.
Say that again, mate.
The fullback, Firmino, is coming off.
Already?
Doesn't look injured. He's walking off. And someone else is coming on.
They've got a midfielder.
Harry Kane's put the spot kick away. I'm not sure. It's number 6. So logically, that would say a defender. Didn't recognise the name.
They're describing him as a midfielder. But, don't know.
We'll have to see how they line up. It was number 6 that came on. So we'll see where he is on the pitch in a minute. Well, that was a clever touch. We'll play Johnson. You got to get out for a throw in, Johnson. We'll play Benny. Push them back. Big sweeping ball in. Done well there, Soufal. Done very well. Contesting the ball. Sorry, what I was going to say is I saw the replay of he does look like he's quite far deep, that number 6, from that replay, that ball into the box. What I was going to say is that the Tottenham penalty, the guy tried to make a tackle in the box, didn't get the ball, took out Son, and they gave the penalty. But I thought there was the double jeopardy thing. I thought you didn't get a penalty and a red, whereas the bloke's been sent off. Oh, that's a poor goal kick, Fabianski. Josh King's away down the left here. Noble's trying to hold him up. Dawson, good clearance.
There's a comment here that Chris
Big
made.
Switching ball.
If someone made a bid for Diop, would you sell him?
Probably. At this moment in time.
Yeah. Right, I'm on 45.53. Are we in sync?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, Lanzini back to Noble. Noble just does well there, just to retain possession. Back to Diop. Diop, it's decent enough, but it's gone straight out of play.
Spurs, penalty, and a sending off. I mean,
Palace are 3-0 up against Norwich.
Well, Norwich are down. Palace
Ben
is going to be a difficult game on New Year's Day.
Yeah. Was it Saturday?
Very difficult game. Yeah, whenever the first falls on. Hopefully I'm better by then. I feel better today. I had what you keep getting, Matt. I had the old Corona.
You know what? I'm sure I've got this cough, and I'm sure I must have had Corona.
Oh, mate, not again.
We were talking about it at work. We were literally talking about it at work the other day. I've had this cough that's like barely there. It'll just appear every now and again. I've had this cough for about a month, right? And I got it from a mate at work, and we were all sitting there at work the other day, and we was going through the list, and it had the new symptoms for the Omicron variant. And we went through, and we were like, I had about 3/4 of them symptoms, but I did 4 of the quick tests.
Yeah,
is it the lat flows? They all come back negative. But I'm now thinking I had it, and this cough that I've now had for about a month is just like the remnants of probably another case of it.
There's this latest COVID is like a cold. You know,
Yeah.
I've had cold symptoms. I've had aching body, you know, sort of sore throat, fucking massive headache, like constant headache.
Don't let them get out quick, West
And
Ham.
I've been bloody jabbed a million times, mate. Go on, Mark.
I need to book my third one. Well played, Noble.
Bowen, I'll tell you what,
Unlucky.
I will take it back. Noble's had a good game so far.
Yeah, he has.
Souček has had a good. Souček has looked a different player on that pitch today.
Go on, Benny.
Benrahma has had a good game.
Go
Oh,
on.
nice turn, Benny. Oh,
Oh,
yeah, good idea. Good idea. John reckons that you're only having a Corona beer. Hang on. There it is. You just had the Corona beer, Matt. Nothing more than that.
no, I don't drink Corona.
Do you know what? I look at this game and I just wonder whether Declan's going to make
Go on,
it back
Benny.
into the first team. That's going
Go
to
on,
set
Benny.
cat amongst the pigeons.
Oh,
He didn't complain there, did he, Antonio? Make it yours, Diop.
No.
Nice.
Even that, like,
Oh,
just
unlucky.
wasn't confident, was it? He really like put Johnson under unnecessary pressure there.
Yeah, he's not
because he was already marked, and now Watford on the counter attack. Why? I don't know who that is on the wing.
Oh, nice touch, Bowen.
Good tackle from Bowen.
2 minutes added time.
Body block there. Number 25 still on the ball. Back to that's Messina. Looks for a big diagonal.
Yours. Well done.
Good head, Johnson. Towards the wing as well.
A Clark. Oh,
Benny, you got to get on that.
There, Benny, you got out muscled.
That's an awful shot. Come on, West Ham. Let's 90 seconds to half time. Let's get through it.
There you go. See, this is what I think, Chris. But I got absolutely slated for suggesting that. Absolutely slated. I think he's holding back Souček's progress. I really do. But Souček is probably his best game this season. You know?
I would say the old,
Andy.
As we said before the game. Go on, Antonio, win the header. Oh. Diop, do something. We'll play Souček. Oh, Soufal put Bowen under pressure there. He's done well there, Bowen.
Look at him. He's such
well played, Bowen.
Such a workhorse.
Oh, wow, Fabianski. You actually got about 50 yards on the ball. We'll play Soufal. I'll tell you what, you are right, though. Today, Noble has brought like a calming presence on the midfield. He just seems to like, I don't know. Good ball. Oh, unlucky.
We've got to forget about we know he hasn't got pace. We've got to forget about that. We've got to think about
what he has to adapt to not having the pace, and it's taken him a long time to do it.
Yeah.
He should have adapted to this sort of role about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And not being funny, if you look at like Gerrard did, didn't he? When he was at Liverpool. Now, I'm not putting them in the same ilk at all.
Mate, you know I'm always right. Listen to Anton and Matt slating me when I talk sense, and now they're both eating humble pie. There you go. See, people know, mate. People know. Half time. Well played, West Ham United.
A broken clock's right twice a day. Don't worry about it. Half time.
Half time. Have we got the half time jingle? We haven't, have we? He's taken it out, isn't he?
Oh, I've got no idea, mate. I don't know what's loaded up.
No, he's taking it out. All right.
Half time. 2-1.
Half time.
Poor start. Exceedingly sloppy goal. Yet again. Almost playing with 10 men at times with the way Diop's playing at the back.
Do you know what I've enjoyed about this though is how our determination has got us back in it. Whereas, and we saw a glimpse of that against Spurs in the second half. We saw that against Chelsea in the second half. We saw that against Southampton at the beginning of the second half. There is fight in this team, isn't there? But it's taking. But I hate to say it, Matt, but our defence, Diop. I put a lot of faith in Diop. I thought Diop would actually show up this season, and he hasn't, has he?
I think he did. I don't want to be critical, but it's like when we had all four defenders fit, it was interesting to notice that Moyes rotated them round and every week they were all putting in good performances. It's like they knew, like you always say, didn't you? Competition breeds consistency.
Yeah.
You know, if you know that someone's bearing down your neck to take your place, you know you've got to put in 11 out of 10 every game, or that guy's on your collar. You know, he's taking your spot.
Let's talk
And
about
when-
the. Oh, go on, mate. Go on.
I was going to say, when we had a game, 2 games a week, and it was Europe and Premier League and more stuff in the teams, all 4 defenders were playing well. Now, I would say, in fairness, I don't really think. I mean, Dawson does have that odd, like you saw last season, he has the odd spectacular own goal on him. But Dawson is like Noble in the sense that you know what you're going to get out of him, and relatively speaking, you'll get the same performance every game. Diop was playing well when Zuma and Ogbonna were fit, and he had to try and fight to get somewhere. Now that they're both injured, and he's guaranteed to be playing every game, like he's not doing it. I'd rather see a Lessie or Baptiste centre back right now. Like
Yeah.
I genuinely would.
Yeah.
And
Let's
that's
talk
saying
about
something.
their first goal, because Trini is saying that Dawson was at fault for the goal, not Diop. And then Mandy agrees with him. But then other people are saying
You know what? They
Mandy
have to
both
share the
at
blame.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Yeah.
But I said, look, it's an awful goal all round. Notice, I don't think we took that throw in again the rest of the half. I pointed that out at the start. Southampton, when Antonio wasn't playing, whenever we got a throw in, it was either throw it backwards to retain possession, or it was like a clever guy making a run to then do something. But when Antonio's on the pitch, all we seem to do is play it long to Antonio. And teams know about it, and they set up for it, and they go, 2 guys, one in front of him, one behind him. We don't get anyone within 5-10 yards of Antonio. So if Antonio doesn't win the header, it comes straight back. Johnson throws it, it comes straight back. Lanzini got out muscled. Noble would tuck too far over, so there was no one for the switch. And because defenders are tucked over, yes, Dawson squares him up, and Dawson gets sold on the dummy and dives in too early.
Yeah, he did.
So and for Johnston gets partial blame for the poor throw in. Antonio gets partial blame for not winning the header. Lanzini, Noble, Souček. Lanzini gets that muscle. Noble and Souček are in poor positions. As soon as we lose the throw in, it goes to pot. However, Dawson is the only one squaring up Dennis to try and stop the shot. As we both said, if you watch the replay, Diop, not being funny, for me, a centre-back pairing should be side by side.
Should we let this part-time? Should we allow this part-time to come in? He went. I'll be gone for 15 minutes.
Did you not get my message?
That was.
I did. I saw it.
Of the first half, I'll be back in 15 minutes. He said. That was 45 minutes ago.
My laptop's broken, so I'm now on my phone.
My laptop's broken. What?
I did see a message. Yeah, I thought, oh no,
lame excuse. Right, go on, Anton. Give us your view of the first half.
Obviously, going 1-0 down isn't ideal, but sometimes it's the kick up the backside that West Ham need. I think we're finding a bit of a flow. I think I'm not saying we're in 5th or 6th gear. But we're definitely finding our flow. Players are I need to find a quiet space. Players are starting to come into the game. Players are warming up. I don't think there's been anything wrong with Mark Noble. I get it. I get he's slow. I get the pace is slow. I'm a bit disappointed in Dawson's big long balls, constant long balls from the back. I think we need to try and nullify that and try and build better. But what's good, positives I can take from that is I think Lanzini has grown into the game. I think Ben Rama's playing well. I think Antonio's doing what he needs to do, which is working the flanks and causing them a bit of bother. And they've got dangerous individual players, but I've not seen anything that's really concerning me yet. But I don't want to talk too soon.
Yeah. What about certain players? We've talked about Noble. You know, we've all got to. I take my hat off to the man. He's shown up and he's putting a calming influence on the team today, which is kind of what we, and I certainly am guilty of this, is what we forget what he can do. It brings that calmness about. But also with Noble playing the position that he's playing, almost like a sweeper, it's allowed Souček to go further forward.
Yeah.
And throughout the game, we've had that debate about, You know, people have been slating Souček, not having a good season, etc., etc. And yet, with Noble playing the more defensive-minded position, Souček has got further forward and he scored a goal from open play.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Souček took that shot first time, and the Souček of this season would have taken a first touch and then tried to shoot, but he had the instinct to shoot first time, and obviously we got the goal from it, which gave us the good momentum. But you know, sometimes you need a player that comes in and can slow things down. I'm not saying it needs to happen all the time, but when West Ham are on such a bad run, or not such a bad run, just not, you know, a dip in the season, sometimes you need something else to just mix it up. And I'm not trying to remotely say, because of course we miss Declan Rice, he's our best player at the club, but the situation has forced us into making a change, and that's exactly what it has happened. And it's a chance to shake up and see what we're capable of doing without the best player on the park. This game is by far not over, though, because I do believe they've got, like I said, individual players like Dennis and Josh King, who hasn't stepped into the game yet. With regards to Watford's goal, it was a good goal, but there are elements of errors that came from the team. I think Fabianski's stance for that wasn't great. I mean, he didn't actually look like his feet left the ground.
No.
When he dived. And it didn't look like it went into the top corner. I haven't seen a kind of replay of it, but
it wasn't right in the top corner. It was a good crack.
It was a great goal.
Right.
I mean, you can't take away from the fact it was a good goal. But
you know, I know Vinny makes a joke of it, but Fabianski, great keeper, but will make an excellent linesman because he's always on his line. And this is the problem. But you know, it is the problem, isn't it? You would, because as good a strike as it was, and we won't take that away from Dennis, it was a good strike. You'd think a keeper with a greater reach, if they're going to stay on their line, would possibly maybe got a fingered it to it. May not have saved it.
May not. But I mean, at the end of the day, it still was a good goal. But I just think that was the goal that we needed to kind of, you know, maybe we just needed that to give the rocket up our arse. But fair play. I mean, Lanzini's not massively been in the game, especially the first 25 minutes, I would say. I think he maybe grew into the game. But I think him being there actually does make a difference to West Ham. I think his style of play just opens up. I think he's the sort of player that sometimes is effective by actually not touching the ball because he draws players out of their position. He's such a floater. He can play, you know, this new Lanzini doesn't play just so forward all the time. He drops really deep a lot. And if you're trying to say man mark him or pass him on as a team, because he covers that whole kind of middle third, you know, players are drawn out to him all the time and lets players like Bowen and Benrahma get a bit of space. Great goal by Benrahma. Well, good run. Thought it was a fantastic run into space. And like to see more of that. And that's the thing. We said that, didn't we, Matt? On the preview, Benny's a kind of confidence player. And that's probably why we suggested if he was going to play today, it was down to the fact that he's confident. And now he's got another goal today. He's confident, and that's what we want. We want a confident Saeed Benrahma. So if he can keep doing that and keep performing at that level, then so be it. But I think we're more than capable of. We've still got a tough 45 minutes to go. Really tough 45 minutes to go.
Long Dark is suggesting it's only Watford and we don't look good.
I'm not saying we look amazing. No, I'm not coming in at halftime going, I'm absolutely buzzing. I'm buzzing at the fact that we're winning the game. But I'm not buzzing about the performance. It's not been one of our best performances, but it's not been our worst performance.
Considering the poor December that we've had, by going a goal down so early in the game, our heads could have dropped, but they haven't. And I think for me, it's not the greatest of performances, but it's a decent enough performance to get in their faces. And
absolutely, you can see the calming effect that players have by having Johnson out on the left. No matter if that's not his position, I understand that, but he is capable of doing it. And there's not as much calamity going on out there, which then in turn helps Diop, because when you put Diop and Masuaku together, it can be a big calamity. But for me personally, I think that it's going to be a tough half. It's just going to be a resilient West Ham that need to go into the second half and try. You know what would be good? If we could somehow get a couple of goals. If we get one goal early in the second half.
Could be it.
Yeah. And then I don't even know if that's
push on.
we push on from there. I don't even know if one goal would be enough to push on and win this game, but
Can't remember playing, no.
yeah. But
what do you think? What do you make of this comment? Is Rice being suspended a blessing in disguise and a message to Moyes? I don't know in which way you mean it, Dabs. Like, it looks like we can play without Declan. Is that what you're suggesting? Or
no,
maybe
I
because
reckon,
it's good for Souček because he gets further forward?
I
Or
think it's a message
I
to
think
Moyes
what
that he
Dabs
needs
is
to man
meaning
up
is
and tell Rice he's the manager and Rice isn't.
No, I don't even think it's that. I think Dabs is probably meaning that it's forcing Moyes' hand. That's what I think Dabs is getting at. I think Dabs, correct me if I'm wrong, but I reckon what he's saying is it's not, if it was Souček, if it was any of those players that start week in and week out, it has to force the manager's hand to do something different. So I think that's what Dabs is getting at. It's just so happened it's been Declan Rice and it's forced the manager to do something a little bit different. I did say I think Benrahma and Lanzini like playing with each other. I think that Lanzini, as someone put in the comments there, Lanzini likes to hold on to the ball and he can equally slow down play as much as he wants to. And he can dictate play from a deep position. And he really suits that role. I mean, I can't even believe that I'm still talking at this level about Lanzini, how he's come back into the team and kind of pushed us forward again, like or given us something, or being the kind of standout player alongside Declan Rice or whatever. But it's going to be a tough second half, lads. We need to get a goal or a couple of goals to try and see.
What do you think of this comment? Because we did say, or I certainly said it before the start of the game, that I thought Areola should finally start a game in Premier League. Fabianski looks 3'2" tall and scared, while Areola looks 7 foot tall and confident. Time for a change to go. Do you get or not get the whole thing with Areola and Fabianski? Because Matt suggested that, you know, once we hit a certain number of games, he plays a certain number of games, we're going to have to sign Areola. But that's not a bad thing, is it? You know,
it's not.
a bad
But
thing,
I don't. I think Moyes' history says it all. Like, if there was a game that he was going to change it, it would have been today. He's not done it. Therefore, until it looks like literally until Fabianski has a bad run himself.
But he's had a couple of dodgy games, though.
Well, yeah, but I wouldn't say he's. Been
I think the two goals either side the penalty against Southampton were savable.
Yeah, but that's us pushing. That's pushing the boundaries of trying to find a reason. Whereas
that's because the player doesn't leave his goal line anymore. He doesn't command his 18-yard box, is what I mean by that.
I know. Yeah, I agree with that. But it looks like
players are coming back out.
All right.
You what?
Players are coming back out.
Another quick question before you go. You said it earlier, Dawson, and other people have said it in the chat. Dawson's got to stop. I mean, it's championship football, isn't it? You get the ball from the back and you pump it up.
It has sort of been working at times, though. Antonio's actually done well holding on to the ball today.
But what I have to say is, as much as I'm saying that about Dawson, he's been our best defender for the last 4 or 5 games, no matter if we've not been performing. But the situation is, yes, I do agree. And people did say, I mean, I heard the commentators say as well, you know, when you have no pace at the back and no pace in the midfield, what else is Dawson going to do? Which is not great. However, like what Matt said, sometimes it works. But I think Moyes will be going in there from the off saying, this is what you need to do now and push from there.
Yeah, this is what Dabs meant. And I've been saying this for quite some time, all season. What Dabs meant was giving the message.
That's what I was going to get to.
Give Souček more freedom and let Rice sit at the back. And it's what you said a moment ago, Matt. It's the manager saying to our best player, you're our best player, but you play for the team.
Yeah.
You know, I get you want to be the player going out there, you know, scoring goals, etc. But you're best for us, for West Ham United, you're better off sitting, you know, being that defensive midfield cover and let Souček run forward and get those goals.
Yeah.
All right. We'll let you go back and watch the game. We've already started.
Right.
Watford made a sub at half time. Hernandez, was it the number 18? The attacking midfielder.
Okay.
The right winger has been subbed off. João Pedro, number 10, winger, has come on. Diop's just gone right through Dennis there. Dennis on the ground holding his foot.
Yeah, he has.
In fairness, Diop's feet were on the ground. It's his knee. His knee comes up and Dennis kicks his knee. So, not much in it. You know, we said about the sub. You said it sounded like it was a midfielder.
Yeah.
I was just reading online. Apparently, I think it's number 33. Kuchka,
Right.
who was the holding midfielder. He has gone to right back because it was the right back that came off injured.
No, it's on.
They've got a depleted team, Watford, and they're even more depleted. Sorry, Firmino came off the right back. But yeah, Kuchka, 33, went to right back. He's at right back now.
Okay.
And the guy that come on was a midfielder. He's gone into the middle. Diop, that is awful. Fucking awful, Diop. Well played, too far. Intercepted too far. Cleared away.
Stop winding me up, Mandy. He's not coming on. And there's no need for him.
Unlucky, Benny. Wide with Josh King, whips in. Flicked on. Well, tracked back from Bowen. Plays it down the line. Watford have started well. We'll start the second half.
They're coming at us.
First 2 minutes, we haven't really got a hold of the ball yet. Watford playing it across the back two. Play it short. Dennis picks it up, plays it into the midfield. Back to the right back, into midfield.
We're sitting back, aren't we?
Well played, Soucek. Good interception.
Well won.
West Ham counter. Antonio look up into Lanzini. Lanzini over to Soucek.
Oh, nice.
Soucek. Oh, go on, Bowen.
Oh.
Yes! Get in!
West Ham! Jared! Jared's on fire!
Is that the goal? We said, Anton said, can we get that goal early? And it. But all Watford's play at the start, all their play. Soucek.
Don't worry about the Cats. They're all right.
Soucek picks. Soucek makes the tackle on the halfway line. West Ham counter. I thought it's a brilliant tackle from Soucek to pinch the ball. I thought Antonio missed out with an awful pass to Lanzini, but he brilliantly picked out really Soucek.
Poor, but Lanzini's pass to Soucek was ideal.
Soucek, everyone's on side behind the ball.
Is that on side?
Everyone's on. Everyone's behind the ball.
They are.
Flex off the defender. I thought they'd done well enough there.
Come on, West Ham.
I thought it was a brilliant interception by the defender, but it pings up right for Bowen for an acrobatic volley through the keeper's legs.
VAR.
Is it going to get disallowed?
VAR's looking. I knew it. They
may go back for a foul. The ref's been called over.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He doesn't. The replay doesn't get the ball, Soucek. So
it's not going to.
I think has the ref disallowed it or he's been called over? One or the other.
Not going to be given. It's not going to be given.
The ref's going over to the VAR monitor, so that will probably be ruled off, guys. And I can't really argue against it. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, it's always.
You see the replay.
Yeah.
He doesn't play the ball, Soucek. So if the ref disallows it, frustrating. VAR's gone against us again. However,
how far back in the play was that?
That's what I would say. What I would say there is that if handball, Liverpool scored a goal against Tottenham the other day, and handball couldn't go back more than about 4 seconds. Whereas that's a tackle on the halfway line.
It was ruined football.
That's about 4 passes later, and the goal goes in. But the refs. It's a tackle on the halfway line. And it's what? 1, 2, 3, 4 scenarios later?
That time rather than let it play on,
What for kickoff?
VAR has ruined football. Absolutely ruined football. It's not.
I can't argue against it. However,
right, I won't lie. That was, but seriously, honestly, it's ruined.
I can't argue against it because Soucek doesn't win the ball. But like you said, how much? Considering a handball, as long as it doesn't go straight in now, like it's not like last season the handball in the build-up got ruled out. They got rid of that this year and went as long as it's not a direct assist or goal, it stands. And that was a tackle on the halfway line. The ball ends up in the box, in the goal. Go on, Noble.
Played Noble.
That's right, West Ham. Go again.
VAR's absolutely shit.
Go on, Bowen. Go on. It's Soucek.
Go on.
Just going to get... Noble's overcommitted.
Oh, he committed too soon.
Watford now counter. Stoko. Watch your man, Johnson. It's wide to Dennis. Plays it in the middle. Hits Diop. Oh, Fabianski stands up. Good save, Fabianski.
That was Diop.
Got it out of the goal as well.
That was Diop again. Didn't clear it.
There's an awful clearance from Diop. And that's given Watford a bit of energy, a bit of belief again to come forward. after thinking the game was over. Might have been out of sight at 3-1. Ball whipped in. Good head from Johnson. Needed to get a touch on that. Out for a Watford throw-in. I'm saying all of a sudden, having been game over at 3-1, Watford got belief again.
Frustrates the hell out of me. You know.
I can understand why, because you see the replay and like Suchek didn't win the ball. However, surely that's not still considered the same phase of play 3 passes later. Like, you wouldn't play an advantage that far, would you?
No, exactly. This is it.
Like, an advantage would be like 1 or 2 passes, right? The advantage is over. Oh, we'll play Johnson. Dennis has gone down because Johnson's just rifled the ball in his face from about a yard. Shows that replay again, and it's Diop. What is that clearance? That's literally an assist from Diop. It's a perfect layoff. Right, this is Sissoko.
Zuma, we now do see the class above with Zuma and Ogbonna to Diop and Dawson. With Zuma or Ogbonna in the side, with either Diop or Dawson playing alongside one of them, the defence is a lot better. But unfortunately,
good flick on.
Without them.
Oh yeah, without one of them, we look awful. Watford coming forward again. Dennis on the wing, pulls it back. Well played, Lanzini.
Played Lanzini. Control it. Played Johnson.
What time are you on?
53:05.
Okay.
We're dithering. Come on, West Ham. We're dithering. Going to lose the ball here.
What are you on now?
53, 12, 13, 14.
All right, there we go. I should be all right now. I was about 3 seconds in front of you.
Come on, Nobes. Oh, well done, ref. Finally gave us you're in the background.
Tottenham are now in front of Southampton. It's Harry Kane.
Tottenham has scored again, have they?
Yeah, Harry Kane.
Yeah, well, when you're playing against 10. What was that? What was that?
Ref!
Why don't you look at that referee? He ain't going to dive like that for nothing, is he? Oh, mate.
Unlucky. Johnson, that's poor.
Why is the referee not looking at that?
Why is the referee not looking pushed him to the floor? What the hell? That's the sort of thing we get. Because that went in the box, VAR won't do anything about it. Because it's outside the box.
That was in the box.
I think it was outside, just.
Was it?
But he's literally stepped across and just pushed him to the floor. Sorry, Tottenham aren't in front. VAR offside.
Good. Love VAR.
Good head, Dawson.
VAR is brilliant.
Deal with that Socek. Soufal, good header. Go on, Nobes. Ref, that's a push in the back. Thank you very much. Don't take that quick, Bowen. We need to slow the game down a bit. It's offside for Harry Kane, but it's one of them ones where it's like fingernails, it looks like.
That's all right. VAR did its job there.
West Ham need to get settled again now. As we said, we weren't settled at the first couple of minutes. Got the goal, and we thought we'd done enough, and then it's the VAR ruling out has given Watford a new lease of life again. Ball up to Antonio. Oh, go on, Antonio. Go on. Keep it on.
Oh!
Penalty! That's got to be a penalty!
My God!
How are you giving a corner?
You've got to look at that, then.
How are you giving a corner?
Look at that.
You've got to reach it. How are you giving a corner for that?
That's a penalty!
That's a penalty. That's a penalty. They've got to go to VAR for that. That's a penalty. West Ham goal kick. The defender thinks he dummies Antonio to leave it to go for a goal kick. Antonio makes the ball.
Looking at VAR with that.
Tipped it over to the far post. No, VAR are looking at it now. It's got to be a penalty. That's got to be a penalty.
100% penalty.
Because he's not played the ball. He's taken out Bowen. That's got to be a penalty. Antonio 100%. Stops the ball going out for a throw-in after they give up. Antonio chips it to the byline, gets to the byline, stops it going out, moves it to the back post. The defender, shut up. They're going to say it's gone out for a goal kick.
The ball didn't go out. The ball didn't go out. That's a pen. 100%. They're not going to give it. They're not going to give it.
He's not offside. He's quite clearly onside, right? He dummies it. Antonio gets there, chips it in. That's still in. That's not gone out. Defender tries to chest it down to the goalkeeper. Bowen beats him to it. That's a penalty. That can't be anything but a penalty.
And look at it.
I think the ref's going to have a look. I think it's called him over to have a look.
The right choice, because that
Which
is a pen.
means that means when the ref gets called over, they normally change the decision. It's not a corner. He hasn't played the ball, the goalkeeper. Can't be a corner. It's a penalty or a goal kick. He's given a penalty.
Come on! Fucking knew it. Absolute.
Mark Noble's on the pitch. Mark Noble is on the pitch, people.
Oh.
None of this subbing him on for a penalty. He's had 50 minutes of play to warm up. Come on, Nobes. He loves scoring a goal, Watford.
He better do this time as well. Let's forget the Man U penalty, commentator. Forget about
Doesn't matter. He wasn't on the pitch. He wasn't warmed up. Wasn't in the game. He's been playing for 57 minutes. Come on, Nobes. He steps up. Keeps trying to do shenanigans on the line.
Bosh!
Oh, sends him the wrong way. Calls you like from Noble.
Bosh!
3-1, and it is 3-1 West Ham this time.
Well,
They are saved you the first time, Watford.
We'll look at it and say that the penalty's got to be taken again or something. You know, something will happen. Something will happen.
They saved you the first time, Watford. They're not saving you again. Mr. West Ham steps up, sends the keeper the wrong way. In front of the West Ham fans. Bottom left, keeper went right. 3-1 West Ham. You know what?
Yeah.
I can honestly say, as much as it frustrates us, VAR has got everything right today.
Yeah, I know, but
Much as it's a party pooper.
I still hate it. I still hate it.
That's what I said. As much as we don't like it.
The thing is, though, mate, for the ref to have to go and have a look at the screen because he wasn't sure. I mean, come on, goodness.
Yeah, that does question the competence of the ref. The worst bit, right? And the reason I say the worst bit about it, let's not forget the fact he gave a corner for that situation.
Yeah.
Right? He gave a corner. Now, when you see the replay, A, Bowen doesn't touch it.
Bowen doesn't touch
and
it.
B, the keeper doesn't touch it.
Yeah.
So where was the corner? Oh, Soufal, that's poor. Jao Pedro skips away from him. Watford trying to come forward now. Kicked into the box.
Well done, Johnson.
Fabianski!
I know. He's on his line.
That's inside the 6-yard box.
He's super glued to his goal line, mate.
That's inside the 6-yard box.
It means the defenders have to work even harder in their defensive duties.
Johnson has tucked in well and cleared it. Fine. And Johnson, obviously, there's some sort of communication, and Fabianski said away, whatever. Fine, right? But that's a ball floated into the 6-yard box.
Yeah, that should be. He should be coming out calling.
He should just be controlling that. Should just be controlled. He should just be coming out and claiming it. And it wasn't even a difficult one to come and claim, was it? It should have just been an easy grab, take, and redeliver. But Johnson clears it, and then Noble wins a cheap foul again, and it's a West Ham free kick. Looks like Watford are about to make the final sub after an hour.
All sport is now saying it's going that way. Refs are incapable of making. They're not. Do you know? I don't know what the hell is going on with refs, but it feels as if
that was almost exactly the same. Not I'd say that's almost exactly the same as like the one against Chelsea. Good head. Go on.
I was going to say it's almost similar to the Dawson one, where Dawson got pulled down. But
no, you know, like the Chelsea one with Bowen when he gets in front of him and then the kick pulls him down.
Yeah.
But in that one, the ref gave it because you could see it was penalty. That's what I said. The worst bit about that was he gave a corner.
Yeah.
So he thought the keeper touched the ball. Like, oh, it's a poor switching ball from Watford.
We don't care.
Well down. That's it, West Ham. Just pass it around a bit. If you have to play long now, play long.
Oof.
3-1 up. Don't play it back to him though. Just you know what? Pretend Diop's not on the pitch. Diop pumps it long. You know what? Diop pump it long.
Yeah. Well, Diop's not that sort of player, so it surprises me. But there you go.
He ain't got any confidence, does he? His confidence is shot. So
he hasn't.
Good tracking there, Johnson.
Well done, mate.
Oh, well played, Johnson.
Well done, Johnson. Very clever.
But I don't want to join you still, but Masuaku ain't making that decision.
fuck Masuaku. Shouldn't be swearing this time of day, but there you go.
He would have. I mean, but that situation, Johnson's read it, got in position, won the ball, and he's intentionally just flicked it off the player. I probably want to go throw in, but he went out for a goal kick.
Yeah, Masuaku would have tried to dribble it round him, mate.
Try to dribble out again. Yeah. Watford's last sub with half an hour to go. Tufan, the number 10's come off. Well, number 18 playing number 10, and Seema, don't know who that is, has come on. So 20, probably I'd still say half an hour to go. Just back to the 62nd minute. Watford have gambled and made all 3 subs.
West Ham
Good
fans.
touch, Lanzini. Noble with the up and under. Go on, Benny.
Yeah, they're shot.
Aye.
Watford. They're shot. 62-10. 3-1 West Ham. You know what, Toby? Probably not far off, mate.
You know what? I'm not even joking. That is, yeah. I would actually say at the moment, one of the 2 centre mids. I'd say Noble or Sojek.
Yeah, Sojek's had a good game. Bowen, his usual good game.
Lanzini's had a good game.
He's had a good game. That was a poor.
That was unlucky. Right on cue. Right on cue. The commentator's curse there. And he tries to thread a ball through and puts it out for a goal kick. No, but you know what? You're actually right. Noble for man of the match ain't a far shout at the moment.
You're what, mate? Sorry, I got distracted by that comment from Vino.
I said, but the comment before, I said, you're not probably right at the moment. It's probably not a bad shout to say that Mark Noble would be up there for a shout for man of the match. He's had a very...
I will take it back. And I
good
always
head from
admit, when
Dawson.
I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll play on.
Oh, come on, ref. It is a head injury, but he's just rubbing the back of his head.
It's a bang on the head, mate. Don't keep going on.
Look at all them running around the ref. It's a freaking header. Dawson comes over the top.
Oh, it's his elbow. Oh, it's his elbow.
But you have to raise your elbow. He's not gone. He's raised his elbow to jump and he's headed it. Right? Fair enough stopping the game, but you got how many Watford players scrambling around the referee there? You know, that's the sort of thing I expect to see from Man United, not Watford. You know, that's a Man United or a Chelsea jig, isn't it? Everyone running around the referee.
Yeah, it is. They're trying to get a booking, aren't they? And the way he's on the floor, as if he's just been shot.
Yeah, but look, he's getting up now already. Look, you see the replay on the floor. He's looked at his teammate. Did I get a booking out of that? No. He's looked at the ref like, come on.
I really wish our fans wouldn't sing that song, mate.
I haven't got the sound on. I never have it on.
West Ham are massive. Only sing it at the end of the season when we finish 4th.
Oh, but come on. They spoke about this about a month ago. It was probably about 2 months ago now, didn't they? On Talk Sport with Laura Woods. Because who's the old Palace chairman that does Talk Sport a lot these days?
Simon Jordan.
He was like, "Oh, West Ham fans are deluded. They're basically, we're deluded entitled." And Laura Woods come on the next day, and she was like, "You do realise it's like it's a Mickey take of themselves because they're so used to having relegation seasons and turmoil and this and that. It's a stab at themselves because they're playing well for once. They know full well that it's not going to be. They're not going to win the league or anything like that. It's just a Mickey take, and you know."
Yeah.
A bit like when England fans sing "It's Coming Home." We don't expect it to come home. We're just
no, we did. We did this summer.
When we got to like the quarterfinals, yeah. But when we're in the group stage of singing "It's Coming Home," no one expected to say "It's Coming Home." You know, and when the song was made in the first place, it wasn't "It's Coming Home." It was a piss take.
But then the club go and make T-shirts.
Oh, that's just that is straight up embarrassing. That was embarrassing. When I can't remember, was it? Oh, I think it was Cecil Luke put the picture up on one of the WhatsApp groups. And it was like, what is like, there you go, ref, he's throwing an elbow in. What you can do about that one?
Exactly. Good afternoon, Desjardins. I hope you're well. Thank you for joining us.
I don't want anything on it. But you notice that we haven't thrown 7 players around the referee calling for a card.
Let's see this. Yeah, that's another elbow.
And it's nothing in it. You know what? I think is I don't want to see a card because I don't think it's any worse than Dawson's. He hasn't intentionally tried to hurt him or anything. You have to raise your arms to jump.
Mind you, Diop is doing a Watford, rolling around.
Yeah.
As if he's just been shot.
Yeah, but maybe Leslie will have to come on.
That might not be a bad thing.
I was about to say exactly that. It wouldn't be a bad thing, would it? No, like Diop's doing the same as the Watford forward did, but we didn't have 7 players around the ref calling for a card because it's not.
Dele Alli could be coming. Lingard not coming back because someone nicked his watch last time. Lee said, "Yeah, I see the watch down Romford Market."
Well, wasn't the funny thing like everyone tried to say was that Rice or something nicked it? Because wasn't there a picture up that Lingard had a picture up like, oh my?
Is that what someone said?
No, it wasn't the picture like.
You missed it, didn't you?
What's that? Missed what?
Please don't do this. Please don't. Oh, he's all
What?
right.
Oh,
It looked like Masuaku was beginning to warm up.
Oh, don't be silly.
Well,
he would not bring Masuaku on for Diop. Right.
He would.
Yeah, wasn't it? Didn't everyone joke that like Declan Rice nicked his watch?
I don't know. Is that
because he put the thing up, didn't he, saying that my watch has been nicked?
Yeah.
And he showed a picture of the watch, and then a couple of days later there was an Instagram post, and Rice is wearing a watch that looked like exactly like Lingard's one.
Really?
You know what? I'm not looking. I don't know. I don't think Lingard will come.
We're going to find out in 3 days' time, aren't we?
Although, you know what? I did read, because I read a couple of days ago that they said, oh, Lingard wants to stay, wants to push his way into the team.
Yeah,
well, he wasn't even in the 18 last night, was he?
That's from The Athletic, mate. The Athletic is a Man United rag. Wouldn't believe it.
However, as I said, he wasn't even in the 18 last night, was he?
Mm-hmm.
Forget being on the bench. He didn't even make the bench last night, so I don't know if he's got COVID or something.
Or his career at Man U's just over.
Exactly, that's what I was about to say. Is it the other way around? His career's over. Oh, Suchek, that's a bit poor.
They might get 10 million for him.
What there was it, Red? That's the thing. Will it go to the owners who say, you know what, we'll give you the 10 million and you can go spend it on something else? I'm not sure about Lingard. I don't think we'll get him. However, I would be more confident we sign Lingard than I would Dele Alli.
Oh, Dele Alli won't happen, mate. Can't see that.
I was actually in the camp that, you know what, if anyone could get a tune out of Dele Alli, it would be David Moyes.
With David Moyes, yeah.
Much like the same way people didn't want Lingard because Lingard was over and he got a tune out of Lingard again.
However, I don't think it is money for Lingard, to be honest with you. I really don't. It's for the game time. I think he wants to play.
If Lingard wants money, he'll go to Newcastle. Let's not forget it. Look, by sound of it, there's 3 teams interested in him: Everton, West Ham, and Newcastle.
I think Everton. You know, it's close to home.
I don't think they've got the money
with him. No, what? Not even 10 mil.
Well, apparently they've just spent 17 mil on a left back. So,
right.
Oh, Benny, that pass was awful. Yeah, because he's had a big falling out with Luca Digne, hasn't he?
He's playing really well, today. What a good ball!
Go on, Benny.
What a great ball! That ain't not.
Oh, he's offside.
That was a really clever ball by Antonio.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently he's had a big fallout with Luca Digne. He's actually bought some like Russian or Ukrainian left back for like 17 mil. So I don't think they'll be buying Lingard. I could see Newcastle. I think it'll be straight up. He's just off. He's off. I think it'll be a straight up between us and Newcastle.
I don't think he'll go to Newcastle unless he has a clause in the contract to say if they get relegated,
he can leave.
He can leave.
Yeah, exactly what I was going to say.
But then he'll be on a contract with them, and he'll be worth more than 10 mil. So I don't know. I don't know. Let's see.
Does he want the game time? Does he want the game time and the money? Like, he's going to get game time at a high level playing for West Ham. Does he want the game time and the money playing for Newcastle? Because he probably could get 180, 200 grand a week at Newcastle.
Oh yeah, easy. But I don't know.
But like I said, unless they give a clause that if they get relegated in the summer, he can leave for the same money they buy him for. I don't think he'll go there. But you know what? If they're that desperate, they might agree to it. Oh, Soufal, that's a poor kick. Suchek should have won it. So I'll close him down. But you know what? Well recovered, Suchek.
Nice interplay in the middle of the park today, you know. Nice interplay in the middle of the park. Great ball. Unlucky.
Unlucky though. Game sort of died down a bit since we scored the third goal.
That's all right. Killing the game off ain't a bad thing.
I'd still like one more though.
Trini, I've just noticed that Yarmolenko and Masuaku warming up when everybody wants to see the young lad Oko flex and see what he's capable of.
Dalbert. It's Josh King. Josh King shoots.
Well played, Fabianski. He was off his line.
come off his line, close the angle down, and he held on to it because I don't know who it was. João Pedro, the sub, plays in Josh King. Josh King shoots. Was it Sissoko or Dennis beyond the back post, looking for a rebound, and he had good hands there. Fabianski held it. Oh, Souček. He's neither one or the other there.
Yeah.
Noble's been nutmegged.
Oh, why?
Josh King wide to Dennis. Dennis drills it. Good standing up there from Johnson. Good clearance from Noble. West Ham just losing a bit of possession here. Can't really get hold of the ball.
We're sitting back. We're sitting back. We're relying on the 2-goal lead.
Yeah. Ping forward. Diop. Oh, Diop. That pass was awful.
Do you know who's lads? Souček has gone very defensive.
Well played, Souček.
He's sweeping up.
Diop.
Sweeping up. Diop and
it was neither.
Johnson.
Well, the thing is, he's got caught there, Diop, between do I take a touch and control it, or do I play it first time to Johnson? And in the end, he's done neither one or the other. And he sold Johnson short. Luckily, Souček was able to knock it wider, and it's gone out from Watford throw-in. Whipped into the near post. Oh, that's an awful
goal kick.
Awful
that was awful.
For us. West Ham will take that out for a goal kick. I swear to God, if we bring Jarmolenko on, why? I'll be funny. You got Vlasic on the bench.
We've got Vlasic. We've got if we want to shore it up, we've got Kral. You know, we've got play for this game. We've got someone that can run at them in Vlasic, and we've got someone that can shore it up in Kral. If that's what we want, yeah. So you know, what were you 73 minutes?
Don't bring on friggin'. The only way I want to see.
I don't want to see Yarmolenko or Masuaku. Neither.
I don't want to see either. However, I'd accept very, very reluctantly because it doesn't work. Masuaku to play a back five.
No, I don't.
However, I was about to say I was going to count on my own statement. However, as we've both witnessed in person still, when David Moyes brings Masuaku off the bench to play a back five, that's a foul.
We end up conceding.
We end up losing.
Yeah.
We don't end up winning.
That's a good shout, Hazari. Fredericks, you know, pace.
Again, if you want pace and cover on the right hand side, like I said before the game still, you said about subs. Fredericks, you want to take one of the wingers off, put Fredericks on that right hand side in front of Soufal.
And he got pace as well.
And he's got pace for a counter. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm worried, Paul. We're sitting deeper and deeper and we're inviting them onto us.
Antonio's on the floor and Antonio's been penalised, I think.
Yeah, he's getting frustrated at, you know. Let's have a look. Look. I mean, seriously.
I get why Antonio's frustrated because the guy's just like body blocked him. But Antonio's like just Mark Henry'd and thrown him to the floor.
Of course he's frustrated.
You know what? That shows you the worrying strength of Antonio because that's a centre back and Antonio literally just bear hugged him and threw him to the floor. Yeah. He just went, no. Like a rugby tackle.
No, mate. Don't go hoping we're going to get someone like Jonathan David.
No.
A lot of paper talk.
I think we've both said before, I don't know if you agree with me, I said like at the start of the summer when we was on transfers, we'll never spend that much money on a player again.
No, we won't.
You're talking Haller.
30 million is probably top whack now.
I reckon 25 they'll push to for a player that's worth it. But that's a proven player. That's not a gamble.
Yeah. Oh, what is going on? They're really fucking around with Antonio here. He just pushed him into the other player.
Yeah. What is going on here? You know what? If I'm Moyes now, I would get him off. They're just targeting him. I would get him off the pitch.
They are.
He just literally pushed him. I mean, Antonio does exaggerate it, but yeah. He has pushed him into Antonio. Sorry, he's pushed Antonio into him. Like, that centre-back, Suriata, or whatever his name is, the one he had the rugby tackle with, he's now targeting Antonio.
They're targeting Antonio.
This is where I'd maybe get Vlasic or Fredericks on and move Bowen up front for Antonio and just say, get Antonio off.
Say, job done. That's it.
I certainly wouldn't be bringing Antonio back into the box to defend it. Although saying that, he won the header, so...
That'll do.
Fabianski, what are you doing?
On his line.
What are you doing?
On his line. He will not leave.
3 yards out.
And he goes
Antonio wins a header, goes up in the air.
And
They win the second header. Josh King is about 3 yards out.
corners, that's gone in.
Josh King is about 3 yards out there and sticks it wide. And Fabianski's on his line. What is he doing?
Let's see what's going on here. They're targeting Antonio.
He's done it again. He's gone through him again.
Yeah. They're trying to get him booked. Antonio's not on a yellow, is he?
No. Not as far as let me check my phone, but not as far as I know, no.
Movement for him, West Ham. Come on. Bad throw, Johnson.
That was a bad throw.
Bad challenge.
No, we've not had a single booking.
Right. The referee's having a shit game. He really is having a really.
He's biting everything now.
Unbelievable how bad English refereeing has got over the last couple of years, and I just wonder if that's got a lot to do with VAR or not. But on the whole, our refereeing has been poor in this country. Best league in the world, apparently, and yet we don't have the best referees. That'll do.
Yeah, this is where I might get Antonio off because they said they are just targeting him.
They're targeting Antonio without a doubt.
Trying to wind him up.
Yeah, we're on 78 minutes.
About to be 78th minute, yeah.
Yeah, 77-48, 77-49.
Surprised though, we haven't seen a single sub yet.
For us,
Watford cashed out all their subs about 15 minutes ago. They've completed all their subs. Yeah, Ceriliata. I can't pronounce that name. Number 31.
Yeah, him. Yeah. Oh, played Antonio.
Well played, Antonio. Go on, Bowen.
Oh, unlucky.
Trying to hold it up. Sufal. Oh. Go on, Soucek. Go to the back post. Keep it alive.
Keep it alive, Soucek. Keep it alive. Oh, bad ball. Bad decision. Play it short. Well back
played,
by
Johnson.
Johnson. Ben Rama on the left side.
Oh, Benny, that's even worse than Soucek. You had easier options there. Oh, Noble, we should have made the foul.
Noble, yeah.
Josh King running away here. Diop's just backing off him. Josh King. well played, Sufal. Johnson with the touch.
Got away with that, lads. Kind of like, Johnson's down
Johnson's
again.
Gone down.
What now? His knee. Oh, not the same injury again. Oh, guess who's going to come on?
We put it out of play. West Ham have played on Johnson's hobbling. He's on his feet.
You know who's coming on. Oh, see. Oh, Benny. You've given it away again, and one of our players is injured.
Oh, it's our own fault we haven't put it out of play. We had about 4 or 5 opportunities to put it out of play.
Our fault.
João Pedro on the ball.
Well
played, West Ham. We nicked it back.
Get it out. If Johnson's injured, get the ball out.
Good play to Lanzini. Back to Antonio.
Do they even know?
Ref! Again! Oh, you didn't do the foul this time. That time. It looks like Masuaku's coming on.
Oh, God.
It looks like Masuaku's coming on.
There goes our 2-goal lead. He is coming on. Oh, fuck. What do fucking managers see in him? What do managers see in this player? Please tell me what managers see in this man. Please tell me, because I don't get it. I don't get it.
He must be like Roberto Carlos on the training pitch. He must be.
I don't get it.
No, I don't. West Ham didn't play it long. They played it short. Switched that to Diop. To Johnson. Is he still injured and you're passing the ball to him? Well recovered, Johnson.
Yeah, he's
Diop into Noble.
He's got a slight limp on it.
Diop. Into Dawson. That's about all you can do there, Dawson. Watford are really pressing high, putting the pressure on at the moment. He doesn't look comfortable, Johnson. He looks all right, but
he doesn't.
Somebody's annoying him. He doesn't look comfortable, does he? João Pedro on the edge of the box. Oh, that's wasteful from Watford.
You still be better than Masuaku, Mandy. Keep Johnson on, give him 2 crutches.
2 crutches. Craig Dawson's been booked, apparently.
For time wasting.
They just put it out for... They just put it out...
Oh, Arthur, please, for God's sake, just defend. Please, mate.
Yeah, just don't.
Just give you. Just when you get it whacked, just defend.
For 10 minutes.
Don't fucking
10 minutes, Arthur.
Ball watch. Don't lose your player. Don't go drifting. Just please defend. That's all I ask of you. Don't tell other people what to do. Do your own fucking job, mate.
He's just relaying a message, isn't he? He's relaying a message that he's been given.
Yeah, he's saying the
Don't
gaffer
pass it
has
to me.
asked me to ask you to tell me what to do, is what he's saying.
The gaffer said, "Don't pass the ball to me. Just kick it long if you've got to pass it to me." Right, Soufal with a throw in. We know where this is going, and we're not going to get the ball back because Soufal's gained about 15 yards down the touchline.
He's in the centre. He's in the. Go left back,
And
Arthur.
Antonio still didn't win it.
Left back, Arthur. Don't forget about the middle of the park. Go left back.
Diop! Dawson holds
Diop.
Diop off. Diop didn't do anything.
Diop
Souček's held him up.
The back there is a
Dawson
nightmare.
back again. Big switching ball out to Sissoko on the wing. Soufal's out there with him. Bowie comes over to help. And it's gone out for a Watford corner.
Yeah, see, Bowen's telling people.
Bowie's there. They've gone. Short, not going to whip it in. Whipped in. Dawson, that should be another corner.
Bastard. That number 30. Do you see the way he dived down there?
Oh yeah. Yeah. What Dawson? Good clearance. What we could do is put it out for another corner. Corner again. West Ham should be more organised this time.
83 minutes in.
Outswinger again. Souček, big head.
Had a good game today, Souček.
Big head. Mazzini goes to close down. Antonio going to close down. Chips in again. Cleared by Souček. Flicked on by Noble.
Unlucky.
Mazzini slips.
Vlasic is coming
on.
Well played.
Well played, Arthur. Well played. Where are you going, Arthur? Where are you going?
Right. Go on, Arthur. Get in there, mate.
Make the run, Arthur. If that's what you're going to do, whip it in. Whip it.
Wow.
Unlucky, Arthur. Not bad.
Now challenge.
You're going to have to put the pressure on Arthur because you're caught up the pitch. Now someone's got to cover for you. Souček's back there. Well done, Souček. Just go back with Diop.
It's all right. We've got 6 minutes left.
Basic football right now, guys. Basic football. Let's just play Sunday League. Just don't even doing that, Soufal. We'll take that though. We'll take that. That's it, Soufal. You stay down for a bit.
That's all right. They did it to us. They did it to us.
You tried it on us.
You stay down as long as you want, Soufal.
You've tried his ankle. His boots come off. You stay down there, Soufal.
You go for it, Soufal. So who's coming on? Benny's coming on. Benny's coming on. Sorry, Benny's coming off. Sorry.
Yeah, Benny's off for Vlasic. Is he on the far side of the pitch? And I bet we don't do what everyone else does these days. Is he going to do it properly, Benny? Because don't forget, you're supposed to go off at the nearest possible exit these days. But people still normally jog all the way across the pitch to come off. So I'm hoping Benny's... Yeah, he is doing the same thing all the way off.
It's a good game. Is that a good game? We were wrong. We were wrong about Noble. We were wrong about Ben Rama. Fair play.
That's why we sit here behind a camera and not on a bench managing West Ham United.
I still wouldn't put, even if I was that manager, I still wouldn't put Masuaku on the pitch. But there you go.
Bowen on the ball. Go on, Bowen.
Bowen on the ball. Nice in. Dink in to Vlasic. Nice little turn. Unlucky.
Got shut out. Big switching ball on the counter. Where is Masuaku? So that's Dennis. Hold him up, Diop. Well played, Souček. Well played, Arthur. Well played, Fabianski.
Fabianski came off his line. Well.
Diop covered for Masuaku. Masuaku covered for Diop. Souček supported, and then Fabianski come and claimed it.
Do we think we'll get a striker and who? I don't think we will. I think we'll get an attack.
I still think it's just going to be what's his name from Sparta Prague.
Kirsty, we are. Yeah, I don't think so. Not. I think maybe in the summer, but I don't think in January. Kirsty, we are winning. We're winning 3-1. 86 minutes.
Watford coming forward again. Down the left-hand side. Sissoko. Soufal's intercepted it off him. Go on, West Ham. Back to Lanzini. Lanzini into Souček.
Man on.
Vlasic sees
Free
it,
kick.
does the foul.
See, that's a
So you need
professional.
Vlasic.
Yeah.
Game
Like,
management. That's
He's
what I said, we don't do it enough.
he's a foreign player. He knows how to get a free kick.
Yeah. Sue foul. Oh, that's unlucky.
Nice one back, unlucky.
Stick your foot in though. So with a João Pedro on the wing.
Oh,
skipped
got
his side.
nutmeg there.
Sue foul. It skips away from Souček.
Got
Good
greedy
block
there.
by Dawson. Good block. Sue foul. Swings it away down the wing. Looking for Antonio. Antonio holds it up. Gets shoved in the back. Lanzini then gets dumped to the floor as well.
They don't. Antonio doesn't win any free kicks, does he? None.
You know what? And I think it's because he gets penalised. A bit like Andy Carroll did back when we had Andy Carroll. Because he's so big, because he's so strong. Oh, he is bringing Crow on. There we go. He is going to shut up shop.
Oh my God.
3 minutes to go.
Who's he going to bring off? This will be
Lanzini?
interesting. Lanzini, yeah.
Or Antonio.
Nice play there.
Good touch, Vlasic.
You know who I take off, don't you?
Good pass, Arthur. Go on, Tommy. Go on, Souček. Run it down into the corner. Well played.
Well played.
Cut it back. Go on, Vlasic. Run into the box. Run into the box. Run it in. Go on.
Oh, that was
poor. Didn't last decision let you down.
Oh, Arthur!
Go on, Arthur.
Go on. Man of the match. Antonio.
Oh, Antonio ran into like traffic. Go on, Lanzini.
Go on. Keep winning it back. Fuck me.
Go on, Arthur.
Ping pong football.
It was.
Oh, you should have turned, Lanzini.
West Ham are just trying to kill the game a bit here. Bit of game management. Go on, Vlasic.
Oh, come on,
he's lost it. That'll do. You know what that'll do, Vlasic? That's smart. Because they ain't getting a counter attack. It's smart, Vlasic. That's all right. Try to turn him right at the byline.
Who's he bringing off? You see, I would have taken
Lanzini.
Arthur off at this rate.
It's Lanzini. So he is going for the 3 across the midfield.
Yeah.
Still not sure about that haircut.
He's done all right, Lanzini. He's done all right. Damn it, I should be there. I had to get my tickets away today. Gutted.
Yeah, Watford normally always seems to be a good game.
Yeah.
Watford away.
It's a good away. It's a good away day.
Alex Crow is on for Lanzini for the last minute plus injury time. Ball played long. Put your foot through it, Sufal. That do. Up and out. With that Crow. Good head.
Well done. Make it yours,
Arthur.
Arthur.
Make it yours. That do. That do, Arthur. Don't give it back to him.
Boy, did we need this win. Boy, did we need
this win. Well played, Crown. Well played, Vlasic. Don't let him turn. Oh, Vlasic, don't let him turn there. Good interception, Diop. That was better. And that defender's at it again with Antonio. Did you see that at the bottom of the screen there?
All over him. All over.
Look up, Antonio. Look up.
Oh, nice ball.
Go on, Bowen.
Go on, Jared.
Go on. Go on.
Go on, Jared.
Go on. Pop. Go on, Antonio.
Oh,
how have you missed? How have you missed, Antonio?
Mate. All you had to do was side foot that in. You didn't have to smash it.
Either side of the goalkeeper, he scored.
Oh, no.
Arthur, that is awful. Well played,
that was a bit of a risky challenge there.
From the Watford player, yeah. He went studs first. Antonio slips in Bowen. Bowen holds it off the edge of the box, plays it back to Antonio. He's about 7 yards out. If he puts it either side of the keeper, he scores. And he just smashes it at the goalkeeper.
Or dink it over. Dink over.
He got the technique for that, has he? If it was the other way round, that would have been a goal. That's my personal opinion. If that had been Antonio laying it off to Bowen, I think they just gave Bowen man of the match. Good ball, Souček. Go on. That's a Sufal.
Souček's had a great game today.
Been accepted. Don't rush it, Sufal. Just knock it down the line if it comes to it. Oh, that's out. Yeah, it went out.
I didn't notice. 5 minutes at a time. 5 minutes at a time. Where did that come from?
5?
Look at Yarmolenko. He's so upset he didn't get a game. I mean, mate.
I don't know what his bonus is for getting on the pitch, but I bet he's devastated.
Devastated, yeah.
He thinks, Vlasic has put himself in front of me now. That's it. Ain't get that sub money anymore. That was a foul throw. Well, Antonio, we'll play. Chips it in again. Go on, that's it. Into Bowen. Good touch.
Oh, nice
Oh,
turn.
he's done him.
Go on! Ah!
Yes! Vlasic with an absolute tap-in.
Nice. Oh, Jared, you are some player, mate.
Very,
Jared,
very
you are
unselfish.
some-
You know
You
what?
are
That's a very unselfish team player, that from Jared Bowen.
Yeah.
It was a throw-in for West Ham, and
Yeah.
Soufal just chips it down the line to Bowen, absolutely skins the defender to the byline, drills into the box, sucks the defender in, and then he just gives it to Vlasic for a tap-in. It's a brilliant touch, and then he just souls the defender a dummy, and then just he was actually shaping up for a shot, and then unselfishly looks up and just goes, "Yeah, go on, have a tap in, Vlasic, have your first goal."
Is some player, mate. I'm telling you.
He's our best player at the moment. Well,
Oh, mate.
he's our best attacking player. I'll put it that way. Vlasic absolutely loving it in front of the away fans of Vicarage Road.
I'm really, really happy for him. Really happy for him.
I am. I'm going to say, I always said he was good. I always thought he showed potential. He needed time to adjust, and some people didn't. But I think there's potential there for him. I still think it is. I think he does stuff that not enough of our players do. He makes runs between the lines. He picks up the ball. He's, Benny had time to adjust. Paul Now's had time to adjust. Good interception, Crow. That's a poor pass, though. I still think Crow will come good. Some people don't.
There's got to be something in these players. You can't imagine.
I've seen enough from Crow in the games he's played to say that he's good enough as well. But you got Rice and Socek in front of him. Oh, good tracking back, Vlasic, and he retained the ball.
Play on.
Look at that.
He can lie down.
Jog on, mate. You can lie down if you want.
Unlucky.
Good. Oh, you know what? Unlucky at Masuaku. That was actually the right idea and the right ball for once.
Yeah,
Oh, look, he's up. They're also playing 5 minutes added time at Southampton, and Southampton are still holding on at the moment for a 1-1 draw.
Mandy.
I'll probably jinx them now, sorry, Southampton, but
said A Agenda said last night, Klopp wants Bowen to replace Salah in the AFCON. Fuck off, Klopp.
If he's got 70 million, you can have him.
No, not even that.
That's what I say to him, because they won't. Liverpool's owners won't pay that for certain players. They're not they're not going to pay 70 million for Bowen.
No, they're not. They can get stuffed. Neil, how does it info come up in chat before you celebrate live? Didn't understand, mate. Elaborate.
Oh, I don't know. Probably because Amazon stream's a bit far behind or something.
Ah, right. Okay.
Because don't forget, normally it's because we're not watching it. Obviously, it's like 3 o'clock games, not watching it live. Dawson's giving the ball away. Pedro is 2-on-1. He squares it to Dennis. Dennis should score. Fabianski saves it.
What a save.
Considering he's already lost his clean sheet bonus, he's absolutely raging Fabianski. And fair play.
Dawson.
It was a poor pass to Dawson. Dawson fell over, gave it away. Pedro squares it to Dennis for the tap-in. And Dennis smashed it against Fabianski's face. Fabianski stayed up for as long, came out and committed at the right time. Ball floating in, header. What a save. What a save. Fabianski said, come on, ref, blow up. I don't want to concede 2 goals today.
Well, it is
95. It was whipped in. I don't know who won the header. Defender, the one that's been pissing off Antonio.
Yeah.
Going top corner, and Fabianski done a good save, to be honest. Got to give it to him. He's made 2 very good saves right at the death of Fabianski. Come on, for over the 5 minutes. It's 4-1. Ball whipped in again.
Socek's
half-tipped by Socek. Ball goes wide, and the ref blows up.
We really, really needed that.
Very, very good.
Really
especially conceding inside so early. It was old West Ham. When we conceded that goal inside 5 minutes, the old West Ham head goes down. That's game over.
Yeah. Right.
4-1.
4-1.
We can do a review after this, or
we're going to do a review, but I'm not doing it straight away. So we'll come on later today because it's 5 o'clock now, people. We probably won't do it until later on this evening. Are you around, Matt, later on?
Yeah, I'm around, mate. Just give me a text or give me a text.
Ron, I won't deny, I was. And in all honesty, he's been culpable for a few goals over the past few games. But well played to him.
What we said, and I'll say the same thing again, is that he doesn't stay. He stays on his line too much.
Look at him, glory hunter. Doesn't he remind you of John Terry coming on? Might as well put the shirt on and come and pick the cup up. You know, that's what Anton does.
Well,
Glory hunter.
Vlasic, man of the match.
Masuaku, man of the match, you mean?
But I tell you
I'll
what,
tell you what, I'll throw one out there. Mark Noble, man of the match.
Mark Noble, Souček played well. Benrahma did well.
Well, Bowen did play.
Bowen
Bowen
Bowen's another level at the moment.
Yeah, he is.
Another level.
He really is.
Another level.
And as much as I slagged off Fabianski earlier, he made fantastic saves. And there's another reason why he plays the next game. Like,
he made 2 good saves at the end. He did. As we said earlier, though, there was a couple of times like Josh King should have scored. He had a header from 3 yards out, and Fabianski should have come claimed it. Didn't. That's where the frustration for the fan base builds. But his saves are never in question. His reflex saving is good, and like you said, the header at the end and the 1-on-1 were both phenomenal saves.
By the way, Southampton finished 1-1 against Spurs.
And they played 45 minutes with 10 men.
They played more than 45 minutes with 10 men.
I tell you what, though. I mean, what is good about that is the fact that obviously we've won the game, but players have got goals. Vlasic is off the mark now.
Yeah, that's a big one.
I'm really happy for him.
Yeah,
really happy for him.
Yeah. It was a tap in, but when he came on, he threw his
body.
Doesn't
matter.
He looked decent. He looked decent.
And Benny got another goal. So,
and guess where we are, people? I know Spurs have got a couple of games in hand, but we're back up in 5th place.
Up to 5th. Yeah.
That'll do. Yeah.
And you'd always rather have the points on the board than play the games behind. Because Man United showed that yesterday. Man United had a game in hand yesterday against Newcastle, and everyone was like, "That's 3 points," and they drew.
Bumbled it.
And that's a reaction. That's the reaction that we needed to get.
Needed, yeah.
And
after
now
the
we go into the Crystal Palace game. I think they won their game, didn't they, today?
Quite comfortably. I think it was 3-0.
Yeah.
3-0.
That's going to be another tough game.
But
if we can step
into was
that,
relegation fodder, wasn't it?
I'll tell you what, the Palace game is going to be hard because they've got pace in their team.
They're a very good team, yeah.
Yeah, they've got pace. It's going to be hard.
Are we doing a review later or?
Later on, mate. I can't do it now. I just need to have a little light.
Yeah, just drop us a text and I'll jump on.
I'll let you carry on and close off.
Apart from the fact that I'm ill, I thought I was going to be on for like half an hour or so. I ended up having to do the whole show with Matt because you just can't be asked. That people, this is Anton through and through. Came on at the start, came on at half time, came on at the end. In between, nothing at all. Go on, off you trot. What's wrong with your laptop? Oh, doesn't even want to answer that. Right, people. Let's have a few comments before we go offline. So we'll scroll up. Let's go from here. I like Vlasic's celebration. Absolutely. You know what? It meant a lot to him. I'm really pleased for him. Really pleased for him. Mandy, that has to make Vlasic feel 100 times better. Absolutely. Bowen, Father Snowman, man of the match. Mate, he's another level at the moment. He's getting better and better, isn't he, Matt? Bowen? Getting better and better.
He is, isn't he? I said, at the moment, he's probably our best attacking option. Yeah. By far. Like, he looks... But it's good that someone else has stepped up, because Antonio had a spell at the start of the season when he was getting the goals and the assists.
I mean, as a team player, he looks up. He's done it a couple of times now. Chris Biggs, I really
forget as well. He should have had the assist for Antonio about a minute before.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I really underrated Bowen. Damn, now I see why Klopp is a manager, and I'm not. I've rated him. I rated him almost from the time he came at West Ham.
If you saw what he'd done in the Championship for Hull before. Yeah. And don't forget, the season we bought him, he finished Hull's top scorer that season. He played half the season.
Yeah.
And they were in the playoffs when they sold him.
They were.
And they got relegated.
They dropped away. Yeah.
They got relegated.
Dan, good evening, mate. As we can see, Rice deliberately got booked because he knows we would win. Does Rice make the team? Does Rice make the team against Palace?
Yeah, he probably will. He probably got straight in for Noble, wouldn't he? However, I would then say to Noble, say to Rice, you see the role Noble played today?
I've been saying
That's what I need from you.
I've been saying it. I've been saying the same thing, but I got slated for it. Gary, finally drop Masuaku when we win. Stella's always right. I know, mate. I know.
Don't say that to him. Don't feed his ego.
Who else we got here? Dawson. This is the thing that worries me. Dawson and Noble. Noble had a good game, and Dawson, had a decent game, but they do slide in a lot, both of them, don't they?
They do,
Both
but
of
they're
them
old
do.
school, aren't they? They're old school
Yeah.
defenders.
It's all right when
They're
you
old
get the
school
ball.
players.
It's all right when you get the ball, but when you don't,
But the thing I would say for Dawson is that normally when he commits, if he doesn't get the ball, he makes sure he gets the man, which I don't mind.
yeah, and then he gets sent off.
Because like say 9 times out of 10 or 19 times out of 20, he'll get the ball. And then on one occasion he doesn't, he makes sure that the man doesn't go. Whereas the frustration with Diop is that Diop commits, he misses the man and the ball, and then you're in trouble.
Yeah.
If you're not going to get the ball, you have to get the man.
Yeah. True.
Might be old school, but
it stops them from the attack. Epic. Grealish was 100 million and Bowen is twice the player. You know what? I take Bowen
on current
over
form. Yes,
Grealish
he is.
anytime.
On current form, yeah.
Trini, our fans were drowning out theirs, mate. They're loud when we're away.
The stadium was half empty from the start, wasn't it?
It's true as well. Paul, so pleased Vlasic just scored. Hopefully this will now give him the confidence moving forward. I think so. Epic, let's hope so. Ron Miller, part of the problem is that Fabianski makes a few spectacular saves and it contributes to the false impression that he's good. I'm going to agree with that. He does make a few good saves and all of a sudden he's like...
Well, like we said, there was a couple of occasions I'm not going to forget in that game in the second half. There was that one when Johnson volleyed it clear inside the 6-yard box. And like I said at the end there to Ant, there was that chance for Josh King, that header. It was a corner. There was a free kick, wasn't it? So we were saying when they started winding up Antonio won the first steady clearance, but he only really got it up in the air. He only went about 4 yards, but he went 15 yards in the air. Yeah. They won the second header, and then the second header became a flick on for Josh King. And he wins that header to... Luckily, he puts it a yard or so wide. But that header, he won. And it wasn't that wasn't like a past drilled header. The flick on was still like a looping header. He had time to battle, commit, and get a head on it. It was about 3 yards out. And Fabianski's just sitting on his line. Like, if that was on target, it goes in.
It was going to
that position, he's got no chance of getting it.
Long Dark was going to say Johnson man of the match for making Masuaku look shy. Don't have a go at Masuaku. He was great.
He actually done okay when he come on. He did, but
stop giving him praise.
We were sort of... I don't know if we'd been in that position if Masuaku had played 90 minutes. That's what I would say.
We wouldn't have won that game.
No.
Megan, so does that mean Rice is on the bench for the next game?
No, it take Noble's place.
You know what, right, Roy? I don't know if Johnson's injured. He did go down earlier, and maybe that's why he was. Maybe
a caution. They might have just gone. You know what? Don't want to risk it. Maybe Moyes had more faith in Masuaku than we both did. Went, you know what? It's 3-1 with 10 minutes to go. Let's just.
We've seen it before. 2 years ago against Brighton at home, 3-1, winning 3-1. Ended up 3-3 the minute Masuaku came on. Not that I want to go there, but it's fact. Man of the match, WHU. Oh, mate, there are many. Many.
I was just stirring it. Move on. I was just stirring it.
WHU man of the match for Bowen. Yeah, Noble, very good. Take my hat off to Noble. He had a great game. GP Bowen for England. I think so. What do you think?
Well, he should have been there 6 months ago, but he keeps getting overlooked. So we'll see. He doesn't play for a big 16, does he? So,
Anton, I don't know if you're still watching. Get off the booze, Anton. No way Fabs next game, but Fabs will play next game. Trini,
yeah, he will.
Back above the spots, but they have games in hand. But as you said yourself, Matt, they've got to win those games in hand, haven't they?
Well, one of them's away at Burnley, and it's not an easy place to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially when they've got to try and fit it in at some point. They might have to play 3 games a week for a month to fit all their spare games in.
Yeah.
So, but that's 5 players away at Burnley on a Wednesday night.
Exactly. Dabs, I didn't do it. No, I was in bed, mate. I had COVID. I'm only just getting over it. So there'll be a weekly next week. Don't worry.
But he stepped up to replace Anton today.
Exactly. There you go. Steve, Spuds might have a couple of games now, but they still have to win them. Exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Crosshammer. Me, I'm better than I was, Trini, but knocks you out a bit. Crosshammer, Spuds and Manure still have 2 games in hand. Hopefully they both lose both. They got to play them. They got to win them. As you've just said, Matt, they got to win them. Teary-eyed. Was he teary-eyed for Vlasic? Are you teary-eyed, Mac, or was Vlasic teary-eyed? Mark, sorry. Who was teary-eyed? Does he owe 80 million? 80 million and give us... who should they give us? 80 million and give us Salah, and we might think about it. There you go. SA 9099. We'd be dangerous with Creswell back when missing him. We are missing Creswell without a shadow of a doubt. Apparently he's running.
According to your mate, he's on training grass again, isn't he? So.
Apparently, yeah. I'm not going to believe it. Well, Chip.
Although I was saying that, he also said we had to watch out today because Deeney would be playing up front. So.
Did he say that?
It was on the website. It's been screenshotted, and Nigel retweeted it.
That is
shit. The deadly Troy Deeney can be playing up front for Watford today. Considering he plays for Birmingham, I don't know who's going to play up.
Is that Claret and Hugh? Seriously, they said it'd be dangerous.
Don't go on. If you go, I don't know if you know his thing. But if you go on Nigel's Twitter, you'll see it. He screenshotted it and
I'll have a look later. That is just bang out of order. But yeah, we would be dangerous with Crazy back. We do miss him. Apparently, he is running on grass again, but because it comes from Claret and Hugh, we don't know what to believe from that rag. David, hello, mate. I'm happy for Ben Rama today. Yeah, absolutely. Mandy Bone is improving every single day. Trini, I'm going to say it. Rice will have to be reined in. Sorry. All right, look, I've been saying it, Trini. I've been saying you make Declan play the way Noble played today and give Souček the run of the park.
And we looked a lot better.
Yeah. There we go. Dabs. Souček's best game for us and possibly Benrahma and Soufal this season. Definitely Souček.
Well, we needed a reaction our Southampton game, didn't we? We needed a reaction, and Moyes got it.
Chris Biggs, this is true, Matt. Rice is good. Don't get me wrong, but he's not good at picking up a pass, and he doesn't get into dangerous positions to score. He should sit, protect the back four, let Souček do the forward run. I really think the same thing. I mean, honestly, people, I know I've like a broken record, but I said it several times and I got laughed at, ridiculed, suggested that we should allow our best player to do what he wants on the pitch. Not if it's to the detriment of the whole squad. Look what happens with Man United when Ronaldo's back. And Ronaldo, yes, he'll score the goals, so you kind of almost accept that. But when a player starts to dictate what he wants to do, I don't know where Matt's gone. When a player starts to dictate what he wants to do on the pitch, you've got to say to yourself, no, it's to the detriment of the team. Trini, I'll be honest, every time Dawson is one-on-one, I don't know if he will win the ball or get a red card. He doesn't have the pace, does he? That's the problem. David Moore. Can Matt just take a back seat? Christ, don't he stop going to buy him an arm's length for his time? Kian, Rice gone in the summer, needs to hold on to Bowen. We don't know if Rice is going in the summer yet. We don't know. Trini, Johnson was tired. He's just back from injury and he was marking Dennis most of the time. Good shout.
Yeah. He's done very well marking him most of the game.
John Elliott will not get carried away. If we had lost to Watford, would have been in relegation battle. They are so bad. We'll not get carried away. If we had lost to Watford, we would have been. No way would be in a relegation battle. But I understand what you're saying. Hammerette, Vlasic deserved that. So did Nobles. Fab saved that goal with his face. Bruised at the weekend without a doubt. Hopefully bruised enough so Areola starts. Crosshammer. I caught the first wave of COVID. It was really bad for me. Yeah, I've got the second wave and it's not good. Mark Alexander, if I can get the comment up. Thanks, Crossham. Both my daughters, myself, are poor. Oh, you haven't got COVID as well, have you? Managed to get TV for the game, obviously. WHU, Bowen gets picked for England and makes the World Cup squad in 2022, where he scores a hat-trick in the final with Rice as captain. Anyone heard this story before? Yeah. We need 3 players, though. We need 3 English players from West Ham. Bowen, Declan, and let's go for a third.
Late push for Creswell.
Dawson, Creswell. There you go. It's the only way we're going to win the World Cup again. Pierre, so glad Vlasic scored, though. Thought he was brilliant coming on recently. Needed confidence booster. Absolutely got it. RY England, this is more like it. Well done, West Ham. Watford beat United 5-1, which cost Ole his job. Yeah, good point.
Yeah, he did.
Long Dark. To be fair, still, you've looked a lot worse with some... That's true. Epic. It was an important win, but we're still screwed if we don't sign quality. We do need to sign players without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, but you know what? I was saying to my dad yesterday that in some ways, this a bit of a bad spell in December. Look, unless you're a top 3 team, you're going to have a bad spell at some point in the season.
Exactly.
At least having the bad spell now
Yeah.
has shown the owners that, look, you do need to spend a bit of money in January.
But you know,
If we'd have
this is
won,
what
if we'd have
saying,
got
mate.
picked up 27 points in January, in December, say we won like every game, and then in January, done all right, and then had a bad spell in February, you're like, well, it's too late. You can't bring any players in now.
Exactly. And you know what? That's what happened. If you remember what happened last season, where we got through half the season without any major injuries, and then as soon as the transfer window shut, we started picking up injuries.
Yeah.
You know, so in a way, it's never good to get injuries at any time
No.
of the season. But in a way, it is better now rather than after January. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
We'll make this the last comment, and then we'll go and set up a review. Rice is an exceptional defensive midfielder who can also attack, but he has brought attack into his game. But Souček does the box-to-box and goal threat naturally. It's why Moyes signed him. Absolutely agreed. Mark, GP jokes need working on. Ironic, I have Greek family. Alexander is the clue. Oh, there you go. See, loads of Greeks support West Ham, not bloody Spurs. Right, we're going to go. We're going to come back later. We don't know what time. It'll be later this evening. You know, let the dust settle, etc. And then we'll come back and do a review later on tonight. Who knows? Might even get Anton on, you know, now that we won. So thank you all for watching. Really, really appreciated. Look out for the alert for the review later on today. I know Matt will be back because he's a professional. I'll probably be back even though I'm dying. And Anton, well, who gives a shit about it? He's Scottish anyway, so there you go. I think Anton actually said in the preview yesterday, Matt, I've got an issue to take with him. Noble does well in a London derby. Can you tell Anton, the Scot, that Watford is not in London, mate? All right, please. It might be on the underground
It's outside
line.
the M25, isn't it?
Mate,
not London. It's
it is
outside the M25.
Watford is in Hertfordshire. It's not in London. Anton, if you're watching, get your facts right, you Scot. You know, it's like me saying, I don't know, it's like me saying Hull is in Scotland or something like that. Do you know what I mean? You know, it's that bad, that bad. Anyway, thank you all for watching. We'll see you all later. Look out for the review notification. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so now, and we'll see you later on.